The history-making, high-scoring Texas Wesleyan Rams are looking for a fin. Good afternoon. Welcome to North Crowley Panther Stadium. I'm Jimmy the St. Christopher alongside Jared Jones on the Antler Sports Network. 4-0, number 14 in the NAIA ranking. Rams have won 4 in a row to start the campaign for the first time in their history. They opened the season with a 34-24 win over Lindsey Wilson, Kentucky, then edged SAC rival Ottawa 35-33 in the desert, blew out NAU 80-0. And before last week's bye, stopped OPSU 49-21 on the road. Tonight's the second meeting between the Rams and the Arkansas Baptist College Buffaloes of the SAC. Texas Wesleyan crushed the Buffaloes 62-0 last season in Little Rock. ABC is 0-3 and were pounded by OPSU last week 52-6. Moose, do you think the Rams will be licking their chops or linking them over the Buffaloes, who have been outscored 91-14?
Well, if you're this explosive of an offense as Texas Wesleyan has, you have to. If you're this offensive coaching staff, you have to. Especially now that you're ranked and you have an opponent that you should be able to beat pretty handedly. It's almost like you have an opportunity to tweak the little bitty things. Maybe certain routes that receivers aren't running the right way. Calling audibles, defenses, offense, quarterback scanning defenses. So hopefully Carson Rogers and the rest of the quarterbacking group that we may see on the field for Texas Wesleyan today will, late this afternoon or tonight, whichever one you want to call it, hopefully we can see something new from Texas Wesleyan, and more importantly, something they can improve on and continue to improve on for the rest of the season.
Of course, we mentioned the NAU rout by the Rams 80-0 and then 62-0 last week. ABC was beaten by OPSU. How important is it for a ranking position to beat a team by a lot of points?
Jimmy, it's all a case on who you beat. If you're any of the voters or raters for the NAIA, part of me wants to tell you then to just take this game with a grain of salt. Of course, Texas Wesleyan is a fantastic team. They're fully capable of putting up points in droves, as we've seen throughout this season. But if you're a Raider, you don't really look into this game that much. Now, if Arkansas Baptist comes out, finds a way, and has the game of their lives against Texas Wesleyan, and let's say we're going to the half and it's a 1-2 possession game, then sure, you're looking at them with a bit of a side eye. But if this is a game that I believe the Rams should be able to dominate hand over fist from top to bottom, end to end, this game doesn't really matter in terms of rankings. Now, for every other team surrounding them, such as let's say, if you're St. Xavier out of Illinois, sitting at 13th above the Rams. If you're the College of Idaho, who just moved into 15th after moving up plenty of spots last week, ranking 19th. If you're either one of those two teams, then sure, your win-loss ratios for this weekend go in part with how Texas Wesleyan handles ABC tonight. But pound for pound, if we're just looking at this contest, it shouldn't matter that much.
And speaking of those rankings, Ottawa and Lindsey Wilson, Kentucky made it back into the top 25 at 25 and 24. Last one for you, Jared. How much of a control-the-clock run-first team are the Rams?
As much as they want to be. They have arguably the best running back in the country. Ernie Caesar has been absolutely lighting it up for the rushing attack. 45 carries for 350 yards and 12 touchdowns this year. He leads the NAIA in touchdowns with 12. You can't beat that with a stick, Jimmy. I don't know about you, but if they want to run this clock out for the rest of this game in the second half, they can, and they will do it handedly.
And, of course, Ernie Caesar, the Rams' all-time leading rusher, coming in with 2,667 yards.
Man.
And his average is down this year. I talked to Coach Sherrod about that on 1st and 10, which we'll hear coming up here in a little bit. But he doesn't have that 100-yard-a-game average. It's something like 85 or so, 87.5 per game. But he has scored 12 touchdowns on the ground, grabbed 2 touchdown passes, 14. So 14 total, 12 and 2. That's 14 out of 26 of their total touchdowns, so that's just outstanding.
That's absurd, Jimmy, to use another adjective there. It's ridiculous. We see now that more offenses going spread. We're seeing more run and gun, almost Houston Oilers in the late 90s-esque with Warren Moon and company, although we don't really want to talk about what happened at the end of 93 as they moved to Tennessee. But that's a story for another day. That's a ramble for another time. But we're seeing so much passing-centric football now. And to see Texas Wesleyan not only have a great passing attack, but have a rushing attack that's just as good, arguably better, it's something to marvel at. And I feel like that could be the silver bullet that Wesleyan can fire at pretty much anyone in this top 15. So
we have time for one more question for Moose Jones.
Well, why not? What do you have?
Okay,
Jimmy?
Keith Houston, the new defensive coordinator in his first year, as is Coach Brad Sherrod and a couple other coaches, doing a lot of good in-game adjustments, playing hard to the ball. What do you think of Keith Houston and his defensive play calling and his overall defensive coaching so far after 4 games?
Well, I'd say you've done pretty well if you're this entire defensive coaching staff for Texas Wesleyan. Specifically for that Ottawa game, we know how much they like to control contests in the trenches. Not only did Wesleyan go on the road, but they held them off. Sure, they put up 33 points, but at the end of the day, Ottawa's a team that can put up, that averages around 27 to 30 points a game either way, whether that be in or outside of conference play. So for Wesleyan's defense to go on the road in the desert, as you mentioned, and have that solid of a defensive showing, you can't be too upset with that. I mean, when you have an offense that's getting 29 first downs in a game, 8 for 12 on third down, you're going to have a defense that complements the explosiveness in your offense. And Wesleyan has just that.
And we're flashing back to our earlier days of doing high school, at least for me, over the last 3 decades. And you, for all the games you've done now, and this is the 3rd year for Antler Sports Network, but just celebrated an anniversary, right? Happy 150.
Yep. It was arguably game of the year. Wow, just thinking back to that game, and I'm glad we have the highlights, which we'll be able to check out at the halftime break. Arlington Seguin rolled into Wildman Field at home 5-0 against the Mansfield Timberview Timberwolves. 2 miles is all that separated those two teams, Jimmy. And if you watch that game from top to bottom, you know that. You understand the tension that was in the air in that game, and it translated on the field. It was a fantastic game, lots of great plays, lots of fantastic moments that we'll showcase here. So the perfect way to celebrate 150, an even better way to celebrate 151 with you, Jimmy. So welcome.
Great. I'm glad to be here, as I usually have been for the last year and a half, with the great Moose, Jared Jones, and Antler Sports Network. So we're just starting our next string of 150. How's that?
I don't know, my odometer on my vehicle will like that, but I know I sure will, for whatever that's worth.
Well, I'm sure you'll work it out. And we will work it out here in about 24 and a half minutes away from kickoff of today's Sooner Athletic contest, a conference contest between the visiting Arkansas Baptist College Buffaloes and the 4-0 Texas Wesleyan Rams. More ahead on the Antler Sports Network pregame show coming up. Rams football on the Antler Sports Network.
It's Chance Ducote, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence to buy with us.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get...
We are back, we being Jared Moose Jones to my right. I'm Jimmy the St. Christopher on the Antler Sports Texas Wesleyan Rams pregame show. And earlier this week, I had a chance to sit down, as we usually do on a weekly basis, with Rams head coach Brad Sherrod. And 1st and 10 sounded and looked like this. Welcome back to another episode of 1st and 10 with Rams head coach Brad Sherrod. This week, we are in the West Campus Library. I see a be quiet area over there because normally you come to a library and you want to be quiet. So we'll try to keep it down as much as we can. But how can we keep the excitement down for the Rams, who have started 4-0 now, first time in history? They beat 2 ranked teams in those first 4 games. Last game before the bye, which is this last weekend, the last game the Rams played was up in Goodwell, Oklahoma, against Oklahoma Panhandle State with a 49-21 Texas Wesleyan victory. In that game, the Rams 543 yards, 278 through the air, 265 on the ground. Coach, how hard is it to achieve such a balanced offense like you did against OPSU?
Well, we do a good job of really just controlling the clock. You know, we really want to think run first before we think of passing the football. And if you can run the football, it's going to open up the passing game for us. So I think our philosophy on defense is exactly what I want it to be, is to establish the run. I think our offensive line has gotten better every week, and it's allowing us to do that, to do those things, and it's open up the passing game for Carson and AJ Bob to get the ball to those guys.
And the Rams are number 2 in scoring, not only in the Sooner Athletic Conference, but in the NAIA as well, which leads me to this question about your offensive coordinator, Fran Johnson, the great Fran Johnson, because he runs some pretty good plays out there. So how good is it to have that balanced offense with Fran calling the plays?
Well, you know, when I took this job over, you know, I definitely looked at how many points we were scoring on offense, and Fran is someone I definitely wanted to retain on his staff because I thought he did a great job. But I also looked at the time of possession too. You know, we were scoring a lot of points, but we also led the league in time of possession. So, which told me that he kind of had that philosophy of let's get ahead, but let's start managing the game a little bit to give ourselves a chance to get out of the game and win the ball game. So to have Fran is a big help. I think our offense continued to click and doing the things that they've done in the past. So their learning curve was a lot greater than the defense. So they're right on course to doing what they did last year. But there's still areas to improve. I think once our offensive line really gets to the point where they're gelling together, I think you're going to see a even more explosive offense.
And Ernie Caesar, the great Flash, Ernie Caesar, 14 touchdowns, 12 rushing. He's caught 2 touchdown passes. That's over half of the 26 touchdowns the Rams have scored. I don't know what other questions to ask other than how much more amazing can Flash be?
Well, he's dynamic. There's no doubt about it. You know, to give him the touches that he has, and I don't even think he's had over 100 yards rushing, but he's had like 4 touchdowns in those last 2 games. So, and some of it's just been a heady football player and seeing what he can get and getting the most out of it. So, once again, but that goes to the credit of Ernie being able to see it, but also our offensive line being able to create those openings for him. And it goes to credit to Fran of leveraging the defense as well. And that just gives him a chance to get in the touchdowns, make some touchdowns for us. So I'm real happy with him and his explosiveness, and just been a dominant player the way that he is.
And as Coach mentioned, Caesar 87.5 yards per game, which isn't too shabby in itself. Another guy that's not too shabby is quarterback Carson Rogers. He's number 2 in the Sooner Athletic Conference in efficiency. How much progress does he make on a weekly basis?
Well, you know, I thought this last game he did a great job of just taking what the defense gave us, and then when they gave us those big opportunities for big plays, he took advantage of those as well. So I thought this probably was one of his better games, and I think we will see him continue to keep growing as the season goes and make good decisions. And I thought he managed the game very well. I thought he did a great job of that. He's really, truly a leader out on that football field for us. He does a great job of really leading the offense and getting them on point of understanding what we want to get accomplished out there. So I'm really, really pleased with him. He's just another extension of the coaching staff out there on the field. So we're really pleased with him.
And the other side of the ball, the Rams are tops in the NAIA and in the Sooner Athletic Conference in 4 different categories, which leads to the question, how is new defensive coordinator this year's first year, Keith Houston, how is he doing with that great defense?
Well, Keith's doing a great job. I think he one of the things that he's really good at is in-game adjustments. I think he really does a great job with that. And really, you need to be that type of coordinator today to be able to have in-game adjustments and do those things. So I'm really pleased with the way our defense is developing. But I still believe we have a lot more to get better at. Just because we didn't have the spring, and we're starting to really come together as a defense and starting to understand the defense and the philosophy of it and just the pieces of where people are on the defense. And because that's important. You need to know where your help is and the things that you can do and what you can't do. So I think as we go, we'll add some things to our defense to give us a better chance every week to present some new stuff that we weren't able to install in the spring, which our guys are picking up everything that we're doing right now. And but the biggest thing is that they're playing hard and they're running to the football. And to me, those are the 2 things that you have to have on defense. You have to play hard and run to the football, game tackle, and that's the things that we need to make sure we're looking for every week.
There's Rams all over the place in every category, including special teams, which is Jason, Mr. Electric, Price, who's number 2 in the Sooner Athletic Conference in kick returns. How scary is he?
Well, once again, there's another dynamic player with the ball in his hands. So we're trying to get things done where we can, when he's returning, that he has an opportunity to hopefully score a touchdown. Those are the things that we work on every week because we got a dynamic returner. So we're going to try to set up some returns and along with some pressure things, try to get the ball out fast so he'll have a chance to get some yardage there too. So, but it's exciting to have him back there. It's a pleasure. He's very good with the ball back there. He secures the ball. So to me, he's the type of player you want to have out there.
And staying on the special teams side of the Rams, boy, how happy are you with kicking, both punting, extra points, kickoffs? How happy are you with your kicking crew?
I'm extremely happy with our kicking, our specialists. They're doing a great job. We work at it every day. We probably spend more time on special teams than any team in the country, I feel like. But those guys have done a great job. You think about Max. Max had a little slow start that first game, but he's bounced back, done a great job with the kickoffs. Diego's done a great job of being our punt guy, our field goal guy, and securing us some points there. And then Tyler's done a great job of punting the football. We want to take advantage of what he does. He can really boom it. So we don't try to put any restrictions on him where to put the ball. We just get great height and get it deep and to give our guys a chance to cover. So he's done a great job of that. And I believe as the years go, he will get better at learning how to place that ball and do things in that nature. But right now, he has such a big leg, we want to try to take advantage of that.
I remember Coach Rod saying in our very first and 10 this season that they spend 40 minutes, the Rams do, on special teams. And I mentioned that, I think, in our first broadcast. And my broadcast partner, Will Connolly, at the time kind of looked at me like, 40 minutes? And we're going, wow. But it shows, though, with the kicking, the punting, the kickoffs, everything, and the holding and the snapping as well. Bye week, last week, before that, you beat OPSU. Another bye week coming up in a couple weeks after your game this week. But how did you spend your bye week? What do you do during your bye?
Well, it's an opportunity for the kids to get a couple of days off from football, give them a chance to get in the classroom, catch up on their schoolwork, make sure they're going to class, things of that nature. So we really try to take advantage of that. We practice a very light practice. Last week, 3 practices, we want to be very light and really just focused on ourselves, focused on how we ball security, ball disruption, getting the ball out, working on our fundamentals of the game, if it's tackling, if it's just lining up in a proper formation, if all those things we worked on. And you can do those things without having to be too physical, and we did those things last week. And I thought we got better. I just thought that us just going out there and working through those fundamentals and doing those things, we got better last week. And I want to continue to keep focusing on ourselves during our bye weeks.
Do you get any time to step away briefly, however briefly it is? Do you get some brief step away time from coaching?
We try to take Saturdays and do that, and we did that. And I was able to get home to my family in San Antonio Friday, Saturday. I came back Sunday morning for our weightlifting and practice. So, yeah, we try to get away a little bit, give our coaches a chance to get with their families and be with their families a little bit. But we didn't practice. We didn't work late all week. So our guys were able to leave at 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock, and get home and see their families.
You're from Western North Carolina. A big hurricane that just came through that area, up through Florida and up into even Tennessee last week. Is everything okay with anybody that you know in that area in North Carolina?
Well, my family didn't get it. We're from that Charlotte area, now right outside of that, and I think they might have got some weather, some rain. But the western part of the state did get hit hard, and there's a lot of friends that live up there that I worked at Western Carolina at one time, and they're still friends up there, and I am thinking about them. And I checked on a couple that I could reach, and they hit me back and said they were okay, which is a blessing. So our prayers are with the folks there. They're going through a rough time up there, and I'm hoping that people just try to help them out as much as they can while they're there.
Yeah, absolutely. My wife and I have a lot of friends in Florida and up through that area into Georgia and North Carolina. So we wish them well, and our thoughts and prayers go out to all the people who, survived and lived through that destruction, which was Hurricane Helene. On lighter things, but another bye coming up after the game this weekend against Arkansas Baptist, which we'll get through to here in a second. But another bye coming up after that on October 12th. Is it weird to have a bye, a game, and a bye? I've never seen two byes in one season for, a 10, 11 game season.
Yeah, I mean, I've been through that before. We try to find, what happens is you couldn't find that 11th game, and so you have that extra bye week. And I've done it you have 11 games, 12 game season, you have a couple byes in there, but just because of the way things worked out with your schedule. But once again, those are great opportunities for this football team to work on our fundamentals, to stay healthy, and to give us the chance to take a step back a little bit and catch a breather, and then be rested for the month of October and play our games and be ready for the games that we have in the month of October.
Does that affect your rhythm, like not playing 1 week, then playing 1 week, and then not playing another, as far as getting a rhythm down? Does that affect the rhythm at all?
You are concerned about that because you're on such a roll. You want to kind of keep that going. But I thought our guys did a great job of just staying competitive in practice and competing in practice. And to me, I think that's the thing the coaches pushed and wanted our guys to always be competing. We had scrimmages for our younger kids every day and allow those guys to scrimmage and get out there a little bit. And that kind of brought some excitement to the older guys. They wanted to see those younger guys play a little bit. But we always have a competition period during practice and keep that competitive juices going a little bit.
And next up for the Rams, it's the Arkansas Baptist Buffaloes. They've been outscored 91-14. They're 0-3. How do you see those Buffaloes?
Well, looking at them on film, they do have some talent. They have their offensive line. I thought they got probably some of the two best looking tackles I've seen from the opponents. But they're struggling a little bit right now, and it's really. Once again, it's about us. It's about focusing on what we do and how we play the game. And I want our kids to always understand that when we don't talk about wins and losses, we just talk about the process of how we go about approaching the game, how we play the game, and the things that's going to allow us to have a chance to win the game. But we never talk about winning, that we have to win. We always just talk about the process that you go through in order to give yourself a chance to win. And as long as we focus on those things, I think we'll be okay.
How much lick-lipping, as it were, is there on offense or defense when they see a team that's given up 91 points and has only scored 14 points?
Well, the players are saying it just as much as I'm saying. We need to stay humble. We need to stay humble in how we play our game and what we do and where our head is. I don't want us thinking about what other teams have done and how many points they've given up. I want us to think about how we block, how we run, how we get lined up. Do we stay on our blocks? Do we get off a block? Are we getting the ball out on defense? Are we gang tackling like we're supposed to? Just all those little things turn into big things as the game goes on. And we just need to really focus on us and take care of what we do. So it's just the process of winning.
So it's this Saturday, October 5th, the first Saturday in October, and it's not Crowley multi-purpose stadium where the Rams have called home for the last year and a half. It's Panther Stadium in Crowley, where North Crowley plays. So Google that and find out directions to an older Panther Stadium, but it's not CISD, the Crowley multi-purpose ISD Stadium. So What about playing in an older stadium like that? Does that affect you at all after playing in the beautiful gym and you go to an older, not that Crowley Stadium is, North Crowley Stadium, Panther Stadium isn't nice, but does that affect you anymore?
No. You know what? A football field is a football field, and our kids just want to play. And I think they're excited just to be playing. And to me, it doesn't matter what the facility is. I've been at programs where the facilities haven't been great, but our kids are always excited about just being able to have a chance to play. And that's what our guys are. We're just excited to have a chance to play. And this week it's at Panther Stadium, it's at the ISD multi-purpose stadium. And I don't think it really matters. It's just about having the opportunity to go out there and compete and play.
And if you can't make it to Panther Stadium for the game on Friday, we'll have it via the Antler Sports Network and ramsports.net for you on Saturday, October 5th at Panther Stadium. So we'll see you out there, Coach. Good luck, and go Rams. Keep it going. We need a fin, 5-0 for the Rams.
That's it. That's our goal.
Good luck, Coach, and the Rams. And till next time, for Coach Brad Sherrod and James McBride and Kenneth Flowers and Ricky Dotson, Jimmy the St. Christopher saying, see you next time on First and 10.
Chance to Cody. Chance to Cody, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence to buy with us.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
Let me ask you a question. Where can you find delicious Mexican food? And where can you find the most exotic margaritas? Top that with an amazing customer service and a very private atmosphere? At Mexico Real in McCart Avenue in Fort Worth. Come and visit us for an amazing gastronomical experience.
Welcome back to Panther Stadium in Crowley, Texas. Jimmy the St. Christopher alongside Jared Moose Jones on the Antler Sports Network. And we're just a few moments away, Jared, as we have the coin flip progressing right now from this Sooner Athletic Conference game between the Arkansas Baptist College Buffaloes and the Texas Wesleyan Rams. The 4-0, soon to be hopefully 5-0 Rams.
A Rams team, Jimmy, that has been on a roll, to say the least. You start off the year in picture-perfect fashion, beating two ranked teams, one on the road, one at home, as we have coin toss down on the field. We'll have captains in a second. But if you're Texas Wesleyan, get through this week, get into your bye, and finish off what it could be a pretty tough back-ended conference schedule.
And the captains, as you mentioned, Arian Botts, he is wearing number 52 as we go from left to right. Dalen Rogers, the smaller guy, but smaller only in size, is Ernie Caesar, and Carson Rogers wearing number 13. So the Rams won the toss. They deferred, and kicking off and receiving to our right in their white and purple with their captains leaving the field are the Buffaloes of Arkansas Baptist College. Chris Witherspoon, Christopher Bell, and Julian Gutierrez. We'll see how they line up on kickoff returns. We don't have any two deeps. We don't know who their special teams players are, so we're just flying by the seat of our pants today on that, Jared.
For better or worse, Jimmy?
It'll be for better, much better.
Hopefully so.
Let's name our officials for today's contest, shall we? Referee is Eric Smith. Headlines, a judge is Eduardo Segovia. Thaddeus Chase, the side judge. William Cole, the back judge. Umpires, Eric Staton. Line judge, Jarrett Evans. Edgar Gonzalez, the field judge. And Jeffrey Thigpen, the center judge.
I want to give a thank you to all the officials, not only in this game, but across the country, officiating games today. From the Antler Sports Network family to yours, you are greatly appreciated for what you do for our great sport.
And deep to kick off for the visitors from Arkansas Baptist. It is wearing number 83 in the white and purple uniform. It is Aiden Scheibe, 5'9", 180-pound wide receiver freshman. And, of course, Max Luna ready to put a foot into it. He does, and we're underway from Panther Stadium in Crowley. Scheibe comes up at the 16-yard line, gets out to the 25, cuts to the near side, 30, 35, 40. Some green, he gets smacked out of bounds. We can't see him getting smacked out by who because the Rams' tent is in the way, but a real nice return for the visitors from Little Rock. Scheibe gets it out just near midfield. They will start from their 47. Will the Buffaloes that set them up on offense. Quarterback is Christopher Bell. He'll hand off to Tavion Rupert and Chris Witherspoon. He'll throw to wide receivers Taylor Poole, Ronnie Stillwell, Jakeelan Robertson, and across the front is Bradley Brown, Jacavius Kennedy, the center, Sean Price, Shia Middleton, and Leon Madria across the front line for the Buffaloes.
We'll have a brief stoppage of play here. The back judge, well, the referee blowing the whistle. Looks like we need maybe a play clock issue here. Or no, looks like we're going to play ball. Play clock's turned off, at least for now.
And it's 1st and 10 from the 47. Richard Wilson, offensive coordinator, head coach for the Buffaloes. First pitch to the right side by Bell is complete, out to the far side. and he completes it to Tavion Rupert, and they get a first down. So first play, first down. Buffalo's into Rams territory at the 43.
All righty, guys. For Texas Wesleyan, that's a big play to open up the game. Want to go ahead and tweak these things now, nip it in the bud early.
At the 43 of the Rams are the visitors from Little Rock. Slot left, receiver way out to the far side, one to the near side to us. 5-step drop, and Bell under pressure gets away from the first attempted tackle but can't escape the second. He goes down at the 48-yard line. He'll lose, let's call it 5. It'll be second down and 15.
Texas Wesleyan's pass rush, as we know, as effective as it is, led by a fantastic linebacking core, not to mention the defensive front for Wesleyan, getting pressure early, almost completely negating that big play on first down, making it second down at a country mile.
It was a loss of 4, so it is second and 14. Bell runs up, shouts inaudible to his line. 3 wides to the right side. High snap. He brings it down. Quick throw out to the right side. Complete at the 41-yard line. So they get up most of that loss back, plus a couple more. It'll be third down, and we'll call it 7 to go at the Rams 41.
Big third down for Texas Wesleyan's defense here. Arkansas Baptist came out of their opening possession swinging, Jimmy. If they can go in and force them 4 and out and get this drive over with and get on offense, not a bad start for the Rams.
3rd and 7 for the Buffs. They have 3 wides near, one to the far side, a back to the right of Bell. He throws quickly an incomplete pass at the 39-yard line. It was intended for Cameron Marshall. Just a poor throw. Marshall was there wide open.
One thing I want to note early, Jimmy, as we look at a couple of plays, specifically going back to that very first big play that they had on first down to begin the drive. We're taking a look at the instant replay here. Be sure to look at the center of the field. Texas Wesleyan's linebackers, at least so far, not patrolling, not many spies, or maybe could be a cover 2 look, man-to-man, who knows. But at the end of the day, if I'm Arkansas Baptist and I'm that offensive coaching staff, I'm looking in the middle of the field and maybe try to take advantage of it.
Back deep for the Rams, it is 10, the electric Jason Price. And doing the punting chores, Xavier Branch, a defensive back. Snap goes to his right, kicks a little pooch kick to the right side. They're staying away from the dangerous Price. It'll take a bounce and go out of bounds at the 24. So the Rams put it in play from their own 24. Let's check them out on offense. Of course, the very efficient Carson Rogers, number 2 quarterback in efficiency in the NAIA. He'll hand to the great Ernie Caesar, the all-time rushing leader for the Rams. Darren White, the tight end. Anthony Bobb, Michael Banks, Terrell Curtis, the receivers across the front. Dawson Elliott, Cedric Malone, Pola Nu'u at the center position. Ogden Morrison and Hayden Norwich are the other starters on the offensive line for the Rams. Under the guidance of first-year coach Brad Sherrod. 1st and 10 from the 24. Rogers letting go, and it's caught. A leaping catch made at the 48 by who else? Mr. Anthony Bobb. Anthony Bobb with the big gainer gets it to the 47. So a gain of 27. A nice pass. Boy, a beautiful catch by Mr. Bobb.
Well, you have one of the best receivers in the country, Jimmy. It gets as simple as ABC 1, 2, 3. Chuck it up in the air. Let him go get it.
Rams have it at the 48 now at the near hash. Out of the shotgun with Ernie Caesar in his left pocket is Rogers. Hands to Ernie. He just slapped away the first attempt at a tackle and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, he would have had a 3-yard loss as he gets decked.
Multiple Buffaloes there. One thing noticing early on, that Arkansas Baptist front line, specifically donning the number 32, Travis Luster, the 6'2", 35 sophomore. That's a big dude on that front line, too.
Played under just a little over 3 minutes here as the Rams have it. 2nd and 10 after the no gain. Couple wides left. One to the near side. Rogers with the 4-step drop. He's throwing, and he has at the 12-yard line in for the score. Hangs 6 for the Rams. Michael Banks has really been coming on after the last couple of weeks at 11:40 here in the first frame, and bingo, bango, bongo go the Rams, and they score the game's first touchdown.
Well, if we look at the top of the screen on this instant replay, Jimmy, not tight coverage from Arkansas Baptist. They understand how fast these Wesleyan receivers can be. Still not enough to prevent them from getting in for 6.
And 6 they do get, so on to kick the attempted extra point is Diego Chavarria, and he is perfecto. So the Rams get on the board just like that. A couple snaps of the fingers. 11:40 left in the first frame. It's the Rams 7-0 over the Buffaloes. Rams football on the Antler Sports Network continues after this timeout. Handful of plays, and the Rams throw the big bomb. Carson Rogers to Michael Banks. They get on the board first here. Welcome back to Crowley Panther Stadium. Jimmy the Saint, Christopher, and Jared the Moose Jones. And a high kickoff goes over the head of return man Aiden Scheibe, who had that good return out to the 47 to begin. This one goes over the head, and they start from the 20-yard line, do the Arkansas Baptist on offense. On defense for the Rams, let's look at the Rams defense. Daniel I. Bogan, defensive lineman on the end, and they're 3-4. Easton Schultz in the middle. Arian Bott, the other bookend defensive lineman. It's Billy Sanford, Sir Hill, Shally Cannon, and Zeno Marcuscelli. It's the linebackers in the secondary. The corners are Josh Morris, Dalen Rogers. Safeties, Javari Sanders and Jay Reed. So 1st and 10 from the 25, and far right side pass intended on the far right, and it falls incomplete. Intended receiver was Taylor Poole. So 2nd and 10 for the Buffaloes, who trail 7-0. With that high-scoring Rams offense, number 2 in the country. In the NAIA, that's number 2. Second, number 2, 49.5 points per game for this explosive Rams offense. We saw a look how that looks, how explosive and quick they can score. Wow.
Very quickly, about as quick as it takes to get a bottle of water from a concession stand and get out of line.
You did that, but you didn't have to wait in line, so you were quick. You're right. That's a good analogy.
An analogy soaked in real life.
Bell on 2nd 10 throws that short arm, almost an alligator arm toss out to just in front. Let's see where they mark it. The stick on the far side went down, and he went out a couple of yards short. It'll be 3rd down and 3 to go after the completion.
Another big 3rd down opportunity here. Texas Wesleyan has already forced ABC to go 4 and out. Question is, how much is the punt going to really help them here?
With 11:23 left here in the first, handoff going right is Chris Witherspoon, and he's bottled up. And
I think he might have got the first.
They're pointing like he did get the first, and yes, he did get the first out to the 35. He was like in a sea of blue and white bottoms and mustard lettering and blue helmets, and then you look up and they marked him at the 35, so he does get the first down.
Yeah, looking at the replay here, he stretched out right in the nick of time at the line to gain at the 35. Great hustle there to continue the drive.
So it's 1st and 10, 10:43 to play here in the first. Rams with a 7-0 lead. Pair of wides each side. Bell drops, throws out to the right side, complete at the 46, and getting upended at the far side. A nice tackle made by Josh Morris. And that quick out, and almost got him the first down.
Yeah, it did. Got him more than that, about a gain of 14.
Jeremiah Rice with the pickup of 14.
This ABC offense is moving up the field pretty well,
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
It is, yep. Bell looks over to the far side to his head coach. Richard Wilson's also the OC. He'll shout a audible. Again, they come out with those 2 wides near and far. Witherspoon to his left. Bell takes a high snap and throws short arm to this side and almost picked off. Great defense in front of us. Nice defensive play by Jay Reed. Had a chance to talk to the Jaybird before. Good defense on Jeremiah Rice. Ooh.
Saving yet another big play opportunity for the ABC offense, led by their OC and head coach Richard Wilson. Similar to Coach Brad Sherrod for Wesleyan, a lot of Division I experience. Was an assistant coach on the staffs of Minnesota as well as Oklahoma State and the Cowboys, Clemson, Arkansas, and Missouri. So pretty much matching the Division I top-tier pedigree of Brad Sherrod pound for pound.
I thought the same thing when I was looking over Richard Wilson's stats and resume and skins. So it's 2nd and 10. Minor delay, and now we have another whistle blow. We're going to have a timeout with 9:58 left here in the first frame. Let's grab 1-2. Rams with a 7-0 lead over the Buffaloes of Arkansas Baptist College. This is Rams football on the Antlers Sports Network.
It's Chance Cody, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car's 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence to buy with us.
Back at Crowley's Panther Stadium, Bell completes his pass for the Buffaloes to the far right side. And he throws it out there complete to Taylor Poole. Seems to be his go-to guy. They're doing a lot of those plays, especially on that short side of the field when they're on the far hash mark or the right hash mark. They're just doing those little quick outs to the right side.
I mean, yeah, that seems to be the only lapse in defensive prowess that Wesleyan has shown today. So as the old saying goes, Jimbo, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
They pick up 2 on that short pass. It's 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Bell with the drop. Here comes the heat, and down he goes in a sea of blue and gold. And was that a flag? Came down too.
Laundry came onto the field a little bit later as we take another look at the pressure. We talked about that defensive prowess of that pass rush for Wesleyan in the previous drive for them. Showing there once again, Arkansas Baptist, Christopher Bell, not a lot of time, but that flag might save him here and keep this drive going, depending on the call.
Easton Schultz led that rush there, and Easton's ain't a small kid, 6'2", 305 out of Katy High School, just a sophomore.
He's eating his Wheaties, that's for sure.
Definitely.
Looks like we finally have the call. We'll get an explanation for this.
They're marking it coming back against the Rams.
Yep, face mask penalty called against Texas Wesleyan. That'll move the sticks and continue this drive.
Wow, they keep walking, They finally put it down at the Rams' 34-yard line. Wow.
That face mask could spell danger for Wesleyan. You don't want that pass rush to be too aggressive, but either way, Mr. Bell, Christopher Bell, that is. No relation to Jimmy Christopher, I'd assume. But he's making the best of the little time that he's been given.
Jacobs and Poole, 2 of the 3 receivers to the left. Bell fakes a handoff, keeps it 35, and he gets clubbed. I mean, he gets hit. He just gets stung as he gets knocked off his feet by Jay Reed. Had a chance to visit with Jay before the game, and also Cole Francis. We didn't see Cole Francis on the Rams too deep as backup quarterback, and the reason why is he has a slight tear in his labrum, so he's working to get back here, and with the bye next week, hopefully Cole will be back. He was throwing passes, said it didn't hurt. So.
Looked pretty good. His mechanics look nice, and he still has plenty of zip on the ball.
Yep, sure does. Did. 2nd and 10. Handoff going right is Witherspoon. He gets collected and knocked back. He'll lose.
Flag
but a flag
again.
Comes down again.
That might be targeting. Not 100% sure. Thankfully, we have a replay where we can take a second look. It was thrown pretty much as soon as Witherspoon went down.
Schultz and Hill were around the play.
We see a helmet pop off, so don't know if we could possibly be seeing another face mask call.
Marcus Hernandez, now the 6'3", 270-pounder from PSJA Memorial High School, a freshman in for Schultz.
That's another
Schultz
face mask call.
Another face mask. Wow, so they picked up 30 yards. We go a negative play, was a face mask, 15. Now another face mask, and they're inside the red zone of the Buffaloes, trailing 7-0 with 8:16 to go here in the first. Glad to have you aboard on this Saturday. Beautiful early October Indian summer day here in North Texas. Bell, hands high, takes the pass, little stutter step, and again, this time he gets smothered. I don't see any flags for any face mask or anything else. No, and Hernandez, who was in there for Schultz, leading the charge of a handful of Rams that included Bott, and also coming in from his linebacker position, Ashali Cannon. Whew.
All right, that's a loss of 6, so if things stay the way they have in this drive, we could see a 15-yard penalty. However, to break the monotony, it wouldn't be an automatic first down, with it being about 2nd and 16, 17.
Yeah, it's a 2nd and 17. They have to get to the Rams 9, so they have to get inside the 10. Right now the ball is at the 26. Bell gets hit as he releases, and a skinny post being run, and he gets flattened, and Bell is still down.
There it is.
Intentional or roughing the passer? Bell's slow and getting up.
Yeah, he definitely took a bit of a wallop there. As not only do we have, again, instant replay, but we also have slow motion. Bell got absolutely crushed on the throw. Yeah, but I think that, not 100% sure. The question is, to constitute roughing the passer,
here's the call. Yep, personal foul, roughing the passer. So says white hat Eric Smith.
So that'll move the chains again.
So that's the third 15-yard penalty.
Wow.
And that's an auto first, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. And it'll go down to, they're marking it at the 14, so it's first and 10. So they can get to the 3 and pick up another first down. But 3 big penalties, face mask. The most recent one is roughing the passer. Bell hands off, going right and clubbed out to the 23. A good low body tackle employed.
Wait. Do we see a flag? Do we? No, I don't see one.
Okay, Billy Sanford, the linebacker, the fighting farmer from Louisville, was getting back there quick and made a hog tying tackle. Just dove low and made a beautiful tackle. A loss on the play, a tackle on Tavion Rupert, the running back.
All right, Jimmy, tell me if you've heard this before. Penalty, negative play, making it 2nd and long. Is it A, a penalty coming up next, a B, penalty coming up next, or C, all of the above?
Probably all of the above.
We shall find out.
2nd and 18 for the Buffaloes. They throw, and it's picked off at the 3-yard line. Picked off by the Rams. Javari Sanders gets out to the 9-yard line before he is stopped. So a big pick with all those penalties. Wow.
Well, if you chose invisible answer choice D, interception, congratulations. You have won ASN first quarter trivia.
That was my next guess. Yeah, it was good coverage by Sanders, and he just leapt up and made the grab with 6:07 here, the interception. Rams 7-0 leaders here in this Sooner Athletic Conference game. Rams trying to go 5-0, 4-0 to start the season, first time in history. And they beat 2 really good teams at the time. Lindsey Wilson, Kentucky to start, and then Ottawa, Arizona for the second game. Both those teams were in the top 25. The Rams started the season not in the top 25. This week's poll, they were 14th. So Rodgers has his Rams Fake and a handoff, a fake to the left pass. Here's Caesar to the near side. Caesar escorted out of bounds at the 31-yard line. And doing the escorting out for the Buffaloes was Tyler Strickland.
Could that be the big run from Caesar that really gets him going? We've already seen Wesleyan strike through the air today. So could we see a ground onslaught from Caesar and company? Maybe so.
Maybe. My mistake, I called Tyler Strickland, Anthony Jones Tyler Strickland, but it was Anthony Jones, the defensive back, the freshman, who escorted Caesar out. First down Rams from their 30. A little swing pass out to Caesar, catches the 28. Just kind of looks. He has that heady vision. According to Coach Sherrod, sees everything well. And he was just kind of, going along, and then he turns on the gears like he did here, picks up the first down, and gets knocked down at the 46-yard line.
Well, Jimmy, in the pregame, you talked about how great of a pass catcher Caesar is. To have a running back that's so dominant on the ground, but you can also rely on him to receive in the passing game, that's a dangerous combo to have in the backfield.
12 running touchdowns, a pair caught, 14 of the 26, now 27 Rams touchdowns. The first one was today, was a touchdown pass to Banks. There's Caesar with the handoff again. He gets a first down. Oh, is there a flag there?
Yep.
There he is. It looks like, that was dangerous. It's like it'd be a face mask around the upper portion of Ernie Caesar. He got knocked down just shy of the first down at the 46.
Take another look here. Yep, that's going to be a horse collar.
A horse collar, okay.
Most likely so.
Boy, he just stopped. It looked like he...
No face mask, though.
It was a face mask.
Horse collar, face mask, either way, it's $15 and moving the sticks for Wesleyan.
So dangerous when you're going that fast and all of a sudden you just get grabbed around the face, the mask of the helmet. So what's good for the Buffaloes with the 15-yard penalty is good for the Rams, as the 15-yard face mask infraction gets them to the Buffaloes 30, first and 10, 4:45 and counting. Rams with a 7-0 lead. Man in motion is Schneider. Fake handoff over the middle, caught the 20, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hang, another 6. Anthony Bob, AJ, Mr. Touchdown tonight, this afternoon so far. He grabs his second one of the afternoon. 4:36 left here in the first, and the Rams go up 13-0 in the first frame.
Texas Wesleyan's passing game set up by the run game. Jimmy, how many times have we said that? Not just this season, but the past 2 years we've had the Rams here on ASN2. It's unbelievable how complementary they are to one another. Connecting on that touchdown once more. The PAT up through the uprights. Flag is thrown.
Yeah, it is.
Whistled is good. I don't know if it's against Wesleyan and they get pushed up a bit closer. Do you go for two? Do you dare go for two?
I would think, yeah.
Well, I mean, why not?
You know.
I don't know.
So
looks like it's going to be against Arkansas Baptist.
Yeah, both teams have cleared the field. The flag has just been picked up. It was a personal foul against
Arkansas
ABC.
Baptist.
So decline. Chavarria kick good. 4:36 left here in the first. Rams increase their lead to 14-0 as we'll keep it here. Just a gorgeous afternoon here in Panther Stadium in Crowley. You're saying, why aren't you guys down at the multipurpose stadium just a little farther south? Well, there's another activity there, another event. So Panther Stadium. Last time I was here, I was telling Jared Jones, he was almost 2.5 because I did an Aledo game against Crowley. Aledo won it 35-14. It was in September, third week in September of 2005. We sat at the end booth down to our right. We're in the first booth to the left from where I was back in 2005.
Oh, what goes around comes around, eh, Jimmy?
Yep, it does.
It's poetic in a way, as poetic as it can be, huh?
Yeah, it sure can. As the Rams putting some poetry in this thing, 2 Carson Rogers touchdown passes. Chavarria with the kickoff, and it's going to go out of the end zone. Boy, Booty has such a strong leg, and he replaced Garrett Blodgett, who was a good kicker with a big leg last year, but old Diego's having heck of a year for the Rams.
That's a tough act to follow.
It
Between
is.
Blodgett and Trejo last year in that kicking core, you can pretty much rely on either of them to kick it from almost anywhere with a yard line on it. But for Wesleyan to pretty much seamlessly continue to have great special teams play, it's another asset of the game that you don't really think about.
89 degrees. It was 90 at kickoff, so we went down a degree.
And it could get a lot cooler as the
Yep.
night goes on.
Yep, it's been a lot like California weather in July and August. Warm during the day and then gets down upper 60s. Supposed to be upper 50s later on this week for lows.
Notable, Bell still on the field after taking a massive hit that last drive.
He takes a snap, throws a short pass, diving for it, but well below. The pass was incomplete, and it was intended at that point by Cameron Marshall on coverage Josh Morris for the Rams.
Funnily enough, Bell isn't their leading passer or their best passer, at least statistically. It's Strickland who's been their best passer in terms of, on paper, 14 for 30, 100 yards, but also 4 interceptions. So far, I would say Bell has looked like a pretty solid quarterback today, getting through his reads.
Yep, he is. He's out of the gun as he normally is. He looks left, then looked over the middle. Now he runs away from heat, covers it up, and gets short of the first down by a yard. Gets almost out to the 35, but that's a heads-up play and almost darn near got a first down.
Yeah, they're going to mark him about a yard short. Bell, he's no small cookie in his own right. 6 foot, almost 200-pound freshman, one of the many freshmen on this ABC roster. He's done a great job so far, other than taking big hits. So what could you really expect from such a great pass rush from Wesleyan? But with that considered, he's done a pretty great job tonight. Well, late this afternoon.
And it's 3rd and uno. Handoff to Witherspoon. Witherspoon fights to the right side, and the left side of the Rams defense up to greet him, but he gets 4 yards and enough for the first down out to the 37-yard line. First down, Buffaloes.
Arkansas Baptist continuing the drive. One thing about them so far, time of possession has definitely been on their side, but another thing to note, on the flip side of that coin, they're also down 2 scores.
One receiver to the near side, one to the far side. And only 11 personnel. Witherspoon, the running back. Bell escapes heat. Here comes a herd of Rams after him. He just slides down short of the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a pair, make it 3 as he goes back to the 34-yard line. As we tick down to 3 to play here in the first half. It's been all Rams and a bunch of 15-yard penalties.
I think we've seen more 15-yard penalties than plays from scrimmage.
Yeah, I think yeah, face mask, roughing the passer.
Illegal broadcasting.
Illegal. They dropped one on us earlier.
I got a flag coming into the parking lot. I don't know about you. Did you get flagged for getting out of your vehicle
No, but
too slow?
I was right behind you, and I saw you get that flag. So
thanks for your help,
James
Jimmy.
McBride were unloading your equipment. Pass, and that one is caught at the 43-yard line. Dalen Rogers at the 40 of the Buffaloes, far side 20, gets cut down at the 9-yard line on a touchdown saving tackle by Withers. Stopped him down, otherwise Dalen Rogers went in for 6.
Second interception for Wesleyan today. And if you look at the replay here, the outside of that Texas Wesleyan pass rush, getting pressure, just snatching, simply yanking the football away. Rogers, the 6-foot junior, using that strength to force the turnover and give Wesleyan the football back well inside of the red zone. Great real estate.
3rd pick of the season for Dalen Rogers. Boy, that secondary, you got to like the Rams secondary, which we'll talk about after this timeout. Rams threatening to score another touchdown. They're leading 14-0. 2:16 left here in the first frame. This is Rams football on the Antler Sports Network.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
Back at Crowley, Rams threatening with 2:16 left here in the first period. They lead 14-0. They have the ball first and goal at the Buffalo's 8. A little swing pass out to the left side. Ernie Caesar with a nice move, and he jukes and jives and gets dropped at the 5-yard line. Remember, he has 12 rushing touchdowns and a pair caught out of the 26 coming into today's game. Now the Rams have 28 touchdowns because they have 2 touchdown passes, none to Ernest Caesar so far.
Rodgers getting escorted off of the field.
Yeah,
thankfully walking under his own power after that big-time interception he had just moments ago prior to the break. Second pick of the game for Wesleyan.
That's a good legal tackle by Witherspoon. Handoff going right, and to the right pylon he goes, and he gets pulled down to Ernie Caesar. He gets his 13th rushing touchdown of the season with $1:33 to go here in the frame. The Rams up their lead to 20-0.
Ernie Caesar does it again. That lead over the entire country, not the conference, not the team, but the entirety of NAIA continues to grow. One of the best running backs of the country. We can't say it enough, Jimmy.
Yeah, we can't. Maybe he's getting 100 yards a game, but boy, he's still flash. And Diego Chavarria boots it through the pipes to our right. So 21-0 Rams up their lead. $1:33 left here in the first period. Rams football on the Antler Sports Network continues after this timeout.
My name is Chance Ducote, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence.
Rams' third score of this first period still. The 9-yard scoot by Ernie Caesar. Flash with his 13th rushing touchdown this season. The Rams now have the 3-touchdown lead, 21-0 here in this Sooner Athletic Conference game from Crowley Panther Stadium. Chavarria, high end-over-end kick. Shivey comes up to the 10, straight up the field, and gets cut down at the 24-yard line. Nice diving tackle made on special teams. Dennis Garrison out of Ottawa University in Arizona. We know where that is.
Not 100% sure, Jimmy. I don't know. Maybe we need to bring out a map. Not sure.
Surprise, Arizona. I think that's where they are.
I think
they have a pretty good football team, too, that the Rams beat 35-33 in Game 2 this year.
not too bad.
Nope.
You know, just one of the best teams of the country, ranked 25th, you know.
After beating Lindsey Wilson, Kentucky, it was one of the best teams in the country as well.
24th?
Yep.
Not too shabby, eh?
The Rams 14th in those NAIA standings. Trying to move higher as they're smothering the Buffaloes, who have it first and 10 from their 24. Witherspoon, who made that knifing tackle of, boy, it looks like he's down. He's stopped by a herd of Rams. He just gets away and he runs. The stick guy that had the marker for the first down and dropped that and clear out of the way as Witherspoon and that herd of Rams were headed his way.
Which do you think it would be tougher to endure, a herd of Buffalo or a herd of Rams? If you had to ballpark it.
I'd say Buffalo because they're bigger and they're fast and they're strong.
Yeah, but Rams are resilient.
Yeah, they are, but those Buffalo are big and they got horns on the Rams, but Buffalo's, they got those big heads too.
They taste good too.
I don't know about that. 2nd and 3 to the right side as they go under a 1 here in the first frame, and it's short, so it'll still be 3rd down now. Board says 3rd and 3. I'm calling it 3rd and 5.
I agree. Inside of a minute here, Arkansas Baptist offense has been moving pretty well. Their last contest, ironically, against OPSU, only was able to muster 52 passing yards, 157 through the air for 209 all purpose, 4 picks, a fumble, and punting up the ball away 5 times. I'd say so far, this is a much better game. Even with the 2 interceptions, they've been moving the ball, other than that, pretty darn well.
Yeah, they have, and they are looking at a 3rd and 5 now from their own 29. Bell with the 3-step drop runs away from 2 tacklers and finally gets hit. A head-on-head hit. And this is the second time that Bell stays down, and he is face down, prone, surrounded by his teammates at the 35.
Jimmy, we're going to take another look at this and possibly see if it's targeting. You brought up head-to-head contact, so looking to see here. Hurdles the first defender in the second level, gets into the third. I'm not 100% sure if that's enough to call it targeting.
He got the first down. Bell did. And he'll give way to a new quarterback. Bell's still on the far side. I've lost track of him now amongst the white and purple clad Buffaloes. They're going to take a timeout, are the Buffs?
No, that's just, they're going to mark it just the end of the quarter.
Well, it was a long first period.
Indeed,
so we'll be back with the start of the second. It's been all Rams in the first. They're up 21-0 over the ABC Buffaloes. Quarter number 2 on the way on the Antler Sports Network after this timeout.
I'm Chance Cody, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence to buy with us.
Quarter number 2 ready to unravel here from Crowley Panther Stadium. The Saint, Jimmy Christopher, next to the Moose, Jared Jones here on the Antler Sports Network. Shout out to Simple Simons. We won't have their delicious apple pizza today, but I'm sure they're making them and selling them like hotcakes at Simple Simons. And Witherspoon at quarterback now, because Bell, after getting some head-to-head contact at the 35 to end the first period, is in a quarterback is Witherspoon. And the running play loses.
They're going to make them lose just one, thankfully.
Yep. Back to the 35, so it's 2nd and 11. Bell back in there now.
This guy is a trooper. He's taken 2 massive hits, one to the head, another one straight to the chest earlier in the first quarter prior to the break. And he's still out there trucking along. Kudos to him. He's a trooper.
And Witherspoon will circle around behind Bell now. Bell takes the snap, gives it to Witherspoon, and that running game just goes absolutely nowhere. To the left side this time it goes, and getting popped, Marcus Hernandez, who's been in there for Easton Schultz.
I didn't see Easton limping off the field or anything.
I did.
Or you did?
Yeah. It was the second person, 15-yard penalty there in the first period.
It looks like there's another Ram that's slow to get up.
Yeah, he is slow to get up. Yeah, I saw Easton limping off. Now coming in for the Rams is John Rector, the defensive lineman out of San Antonio. Wagner, the freshman. I'd say Coach Sherrata's done a pretty good job of...
Freshman tight end Jackson Mitchell out of Mansfield Timberview High School. I'm sure he's happy about how his alma mater performed just this past Thursday. The highlights of which their clash against the then undefeated and hottest team in 5A Cougars of Arlington Seguin High. We'll check out those highlights in 14 minutes in a second, but
that was Bott that was 10-2. Arian gets up and walks off with the trainer, and Coach Sherrata's out there. Coach Sherrata just patting his right side, or his right leg, top of his right leg. Arian not limping. He walks off.
It was just a tweak or a quick cramp. Other than getting back out there is a big part of this Wesleyan defense.
I'm scanning the sideline for Schultz. I don't see Easton's number. And he's not in there, I don't think. Bell drops on third down, throws just a complete overthrow on the left side of Jeremiah Rice. So it's incomplete, and
Buffs are going to go 4 and out yet again.
Yep. 4th and long, punting situation. We'll see Jason Price, unless they don't kick it to him.
I mean, smart money says no. You kick it to any other Navy uniform with the golden numerals on the field, except for Price. We've seen what he could do in the past season. Was an All-American caliber returner, and is still on that pace this season.
Xavier Branch is their punter. He's at his 21 on the 4th and 11. Price lingers back at his 29. He does that sideways run and a little short kick bounce at the 43. Jason picks it up at the 36. Jason back to midfield and gets cut down by her special teams Buffaloes.
Right at about midfield, so Wesleyan starting the next drive 1st and 10 with pretty good real estate. You're on the ABC side of midfield. Of course, here at North Crowley High School, they call it No Crow Stadium.
They do, yep.
Built in 1998, so not that old of a stadium in the grand scheme of things. Of course, Farrington built him
1939.
many moons ago.
That was many moons before even I was born, and I'm not exactly a spring chicken.
Oh, come on.
As I said, I did a game here at Crowley in 05 when Jared was not even 2.5. And then Cole, the IT guy here, said he was 3 then. Little swing pass complete to Anthony Bobb. He had some room to run down the far sideline and gets bumped out at the 26-yard line. Big gain, and the Rams threaten with this 21-0 lead. Almost a minute 45 into period number 2.
Another big passing play here by Wesleyan. I would expect this to be a tale of two halves for the Wesleyan offense. More air attack in the first half, second half. Keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving. Because if that last ABC offensive drive was any indication, this thing might be taking a downturn.
Banks runs behind. Rogers sees Ernie Flash Caesar running down a little skinny post. He grabs it at the 6 and just scoots in a flash to go Caesar. Another touchdown for the Rams. Are up 27-0 on the 23-yard scoring strike. So his 3rd touchdown reception this season.
Caesar was able to get into that second level at around the 20. Had one more man to beat in coverage for ABC, that being Julian Gutierrez. Got behind him on the post route. It was just all Carson Rogers' job. And a nice little football to get to the end zone for 6 more.
Snap back on the way through and true by Diego Chavarria. It's been all Rams. They build their lead to 28-0 now. 12:45 left here in the first half over the ABC Buffaloes. Rams football on the Antler Sports Network continues after this timeout.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
It's been all Rams. Just a bunch of touchdowns for Texas Wesleyan. They led 21-0 at the end of the first half. They score with 12:45 to go here in the second period on a Rogers to Caesar touchdown pass as Chavarria with that big leg and body just boots it over the head of Scheibe. So out to the 25 it'll come for the Arkansas Baptist College Buffaloes, trailing 28-0.
Texas Wesleyan's defense was forced a 4-and-out pretty much every single possession. If it ain't a 4-and-out, it's been an interception. Already 2 today. Last contest for these Buffaloes against against Oklahoma Panhandle, they had 4 interceptions and a fumble. So Wesleyan's defense already on track to force a similar performance out of ABC today.
And we were talking with Cole Francis, who is tending to a slight tear of his labrum, but throwing the ball before the game. We were talking about that, how complete this Rams team is, and they just showed there on a run play that Witherspoon breaks away with and gets into the clear out to the 40 now, and Witherspoon tried to skip down the sideline, but he's knocked out near sideline by Jay Reed at the 45-yard line, so a big gainer. Boy, they had him in the backfield too, and he just scooted around and saw some green to the right side and gets into Rams territory.
Well, that's one way you extend a play, Jimmy. You get pinballed around for a couple of seconds, you spin, find a lane along the flat, you get the first down and some extra change to go with it.
So Bell, with Witherspoon to his right, shouts an audible as he usually does after the play from Coach Wilson, throws a complete pass to the 35-yard line and wrestled out of bounds at that point.
That's good enough for
Tavion Rupert.
It's good enough for another first down. That's back-to-back big plays for ABC. A gain of 20-plus and now a gain of 10 on the nose. This might be the ABC offense that we saw in the first quarter, because it's fair to say, and Jimmy, you can back me on this, they had a great couple of drives or great couple of plays early in drives in that first quarter.
And then they were assisted by a multiple face mask and personal 15-yard personal fouls. Completed the far side at the 28-yard line, and getting knocked out of bounds was Rupert again. And they're short of the first down by 5. It'll be second down and 5 to go.
Bit of a wobbly pass from Bell as we take a look here, but it seemed to be right on the money. On the catch, turning the other way. The defender on the play, Ditsu, was able to get right by him, but not able to bring him down and force a tackle with 11 minutes left. Another solid gain, second and medium.
Brunson and Robinson are the receivers to our right. The handoff to Witherspoon, does a hard running job and gets clobbered from behind at the 21-yard line. Gets enough for the first down, and he rolls over and is down, faced down on the turf at the far side, surrounded by his white and purple-clad Buffaloes. Remember, he's the one who cut down Rodgers on that interception by Rodgers. Around that point in the field, it was a little further upfield, though.
Pretty much that exact spot.
Yeah.
Seems to be walking away under his own power, thankfully. Seems to be all right, but a huge blow, at least temporarily. It's a quick switch for ABC. Now in it back is going to be just Brunson. Looks like it's just going to be him by himself. And a new running back coming in, donning that number 24. It's Rupert.
And Easton Schultz is in there, by the way. He limped off earlier in the first, but Big Easton, a good size for that center portion of the Rams defensive line at 6'2", 305. So 1st and 10 from the Rams 20 are the Buffaloes, trying to score for the first time. They're down 28-0. Handoff, and they're not going to score on that. They're going to lose yards back to the 25-yard line. Is going in motion and taking the handoff and running and getting cut down was Rupert.
Awesome, around 14, 15 yards. Seemed like that might have been a design read option there. Bell was smart. He pulls it, spins out, rolls to his right. He has a pretty good amount of real estate. Even if it was just a read option or RPO, designed RPO, he had some green to get up the field.
Good pursuit by the Rams, so they go from the precipice of the red zone back to the 25. They have to get to the 12 for a first down. Clock moving down to 9:36 in the first half. Bell under heat, which has been all day, and down he goes at the 38-yard line. First guy to catch him was Daniel Igbogan. Bell again now face down.
Oh, hold on.
Is there a flag?
Well, the fans not happy. Yep,
yeah,
I see a yellow hanky.
Growing. Yeah, there's right under Bell. He was covering that flag up, or near covering it up.
Can you blame him?
No, it's like the third time now he's gotten up slowly, maybe 4.
But he stayed on the field. He's hung tough, so kudos to him, but he's taken a beating so far today.
conversation between Eric Smith, the referee, now joined by another official.
Maybe they're trying to figure out a way to get you an apple pizza up here, Jimmy.
There's a big tip in it for you guys. As the goal line dancers under the direction of Emily Snow here today, along with the band right below us.
Band's
Here
been
being
killer.
the new location, not a new stadium though, but the new location. We're not at Multi-Purpose ISD Stadium today in Crowley. Going to mark this one off against the Rams. Start at the 25.
They're going to call a roughing the passer.
Yeah, they are. They're going to mark it from the 25. They'll take her down to the short of the 10.
That'll move the sticks. First down and 10 again.
From the 12 now.
One thing to note that's important, Jimmy. Not only is it first and 10, but a first down, a fresh set of downs at the 3-yard line.
Boy, I don't know if I've seen this many 15-yard penalties in one half.
It's like I'm watching the Cowboys and Giants again.
A flag fest today. So with the first and 10 and throwing a high pass to the left side was that resilient Witherspoon, and it's well over his head. The old King Kong on his ladder couldn't have caught that. Good coverage employed by Solomon Sangobuali.
Bell had to get that thing out almost immediately. Texas Wesleyan pretty much sent all the Fort Worth, Crowley, Burleson, and maybe a little bit of Cleburne on that pass rush. But the fact that he was able to get the ball out, and a very solid ball too, the receiver was maybe 3 or 4 inches taller, that could have been a catch.
Correct that. It was Colby Dunn on the coverage. Here comes Heat, and down he goes at the 23-yard line. Shooting through like a flash for the Rams. The wrestler, Zeno Marcus Shelley, with the sack, and that comes back to the 23-yard line. Remember, they got to get to the 3 for a first down, which is either a penalty or a negative yard play.
I don't know, but either way, it's a big-time play from Marcus Shelley. He's pretty much the elder statesman of this Wesleyan defense. Haven't said his name much today, but good to see he's on track. And it looks like we have a timeout call. Don't know who called it. Yep, it's going to be ABC who used their second.
They grab it with 8:38 left here in the first half. It's been all Rams, 28-0. Let's grab 1-2. Rams football on the Antler Sports Network continues after this TO.
It's Chance Cody, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence.
It's been all Rams here in half number 1, which still has a handful of seconds left, 8:38 to be explicit.
It's a lot of seconds, Jimmy.
Yeah, it is. As the Buffaloes with the ball now at the Rams 23-yard, 21. Board has it marked at the 21. I'll say 23. As Bell fires and leaping it high and batting it away, and almost another interception for Javari Sanders. He had one at the other end of the field, about that point of the field at the other end. He batted that away. Jumping high goes Javari Sanders to knock it down. Witherspoon was the intended receiver in the end zone, so incomplete. 4th and 21. I guess they go for it here. I would.
Well, of course. Even though it is 4th down and, let's say, Waco to go, I guess you can say in terms of field position, why not go for it? Either way, it'd be like an arm punt flipping fields.
Here comes the Heat, and he lofts another pass to the far side, and that's going to land in the arms of the Rams. Javari Sanders, he catches this one 2 yards deep, comes out to the 15, and then gets into a collision at the 25-yard line. A couple of guys on offense making the tackle were Robinson and Marshall to prevent Javari Sanders from further moving up the field with his second pick. Wow.
That's what we call a good old-fashioned arm punt, Jimmy, because at the end of the day, even if they were on their own 40, let's say just for hypothetically in terms of field position, if ABC's on their own 40, they go for it and have to punt the football away, guess what? It's going to be marked around the 25 anyway. A touchback will put them at around the 25. So honestly, you can't blame them for going for it on 4th and long.
And the Rams' third pick, if my calculations are correct.
Indeed they are. Indeed they are.
Second for Mr. Sanders.
You said you were a mathematician when we were off the air.
Yeah.
You were good at addition and subtraction.
Well, just simple addition, subtraction, none of that modern stuff. And here at the 40-yard line, catching it is A.J. Bob. Touchdown Rams, 75 yards, scoring strike. Rogers to Bob, hands the ball to an official and exchanges some hand slaps with Michael Banks, and the Rams creaming the Buffaloes at 8:05 left here in the first half. It is 34-0.
Well, as you see there on the second look, Jimmy, Rogers has pretty much had whatever he's wanted. He's had plenty of time in the pocket. We haven't seen it get flushed out. He takes 1 or 2 to maybe 4 steps of a progression, gets on that back foot, and uses that arm talent that we know he has, selling it downfield for an easy 6. Yet another easy 6.
And Chavaria boots it through and true to the left. So it's 35 for the Rams and a big bat 0 for ABC. We'll continue with the second half after this. Rams football on the Antler Sports Network. It's been all Rams here in the first half. Welcome back to Crowley Panther Stadium. Rams up 35-0. Carson Rogers with 4 touchdown passes. Ernie Caesar with a touchdown run. Diego Chavaria with a tired leg after all the extra point kicking and kicking off. It's interesting, Max Luna starts the game with the first kick, and then he gives way to Chavaria for the subsequent kicks. And Diego's been kicking all the extra points and field goal attempts. So with the kickoff, and I can't see around you, James. I have a lot of skills, but X-ray vision isn't one of them. Okay, so sight lines here aren't as good as we're used to at Crowley Multi-Purpose Stadium, but it's a venerable stadium. It's serving the purpose. We're up close, if anything. So 1st and 10 from the 25 come the Buffaloes, and back they go a couple yards off the left side. Witherspoon, right side of the Rams line there to get him. Coming away first was John Rector. They've been using Rector, Schultz, of course, who starts, and then Hernandez, and even Wyatt Vizant has seen some time here as they shuffle around that front 3. So a loss in the play of 1. It's 2nd and 11. Under 7.5 to play here in the first half. It's Rams 35-0. Arms forward. Bell with the high snap. Well, they have a lot of high snaps. Grabs the snap, pulls it in, then gets attacked from behind and goes down a yard short of the line of scrimmage, or maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage. Let's call it no gain.
They're going to say he got right back to the line of scrimmage, but honestly, that's best case scenario.
Yep.
In games like this, if you're going to be Arkansas Baptist, you're going against a high-powered team on both sides of the ball. They're taking advantage. They're seeming, at least right now, as a lot can change, a lot of football left. But where we stand now, Texas Wesleyan is looking like the much better football team. You take the little victories while you can. And if that means getting back to the line of scrimmage and making a 3rd down and 11, it's better than 3rd and 15.
Poole Rice split to the near side, 2 to the far side. Bell goes back. Bell is under heavy duress and under heavy blue and gold clad Rams, and fired up on the tackle was John Rector. We mentioned his name moments ago. He came just shot out of that stack, and they do some arm high fives with Daniel Agbogan. And can't say enough about this defense. I know the Buffaloes aren't, the highest scoring team in the land, only scoring 14 points in 3 games, but kind of like Keith Houston's defense in this game and so far through the first 4 games.
Coach Houston and company have to be happy in the way they've taken the initiative, not giving the Buffaloes any room, at least in the latter part of the second quarter. Jimmy, as you can attest, we've mentioned this throughout today's broadcast in the early going. Their first couple of drives were solid, stringing together great plays, big-time gains, not to mention offensive advantages on penalties as well. But outside of that, they've been solid. Coach Houston's defense, however, now absolutely stifling.
Branch's 4th punt lands in the arms of Jason Price, and he goes absolutely nowhere. Good special teams tackle. Boy, getting there in a hurry was Malachi Brunson to take Price down with no gain. How many times do you see that? Jason Price getting zip on a return.
I don't know, but I also don't know how many times we've seen a flag, as there is a hanky down back at the 19. Looks like at the line of scrimmage. I know. I know. Don't shoot the messenger, all right?
No, I'm not. I'm just groaning. There's a general groan.
Looks like they waved it off, or maybe so. Not 100% sure. We'll wait for the spot here to see. Yep, looks like the flag got waved off. This is going to be 1st and 10 as normal for Wesleyan.
Eric Statton, the umpire, is the one who picks it up. Now he's going to move it.
Yep, penalty on that last boot against Wesleyan. We'll push him back, and we'll make it 1st down.
Penalty block in the back or a hold?
Looks like it was a hold, so they're going to attack that from the end of the run, and that'll be a 10-yard penalty. So instead of starting on their own side, on the ABC side of midfield, they're going to be starting at their own around 45 or 46-yard line.
It is the 46. Board says 44. Do they have a bad angle where they're like 2 yards off on the marking? Swing pass out to Bob, and he gets upended head over heels back to the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle by Eric Westry, a defensive back.
Bob went airborne on that last play. Got about 2 seconds of hang time. A bit slow to get up. Understandably so. But he seems to be okay. Had a bit of an awkward landing, but as he trots off the field, he's jogging, seemingly at full speed.
He's coming out. Dennis Garrison will go in for AJ. Probably just a breather, make sure he's okay. A trainer, her arm and his shoulder saying, "You okay there, AJ?"
he's talking on the sideline to the
his
trainers.
Left leg up and down. So Garrison in there for Bob. 2 receivers near, one to the far. Rogers can go near side and caught. TJ Curtis caught at the 25, and he gets hammered down at the 14-yard line. Good coverage, but perfect throw by Mr. Rogers. And the coverage, you couldn't ask for better coverage than that out of Deron Presley, but Rogers just laid a dime in there. Whew.
This has been Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, no pun intended here. He's just having his way with these fast receivers that he has, destroying the downfield coverage of ABC, racking up those yards.
Banks in the slot right, one receiver to the near side, receiver to the right of Banks on the far side, a jump. Maybe encroachment. Rogers goes to the end zone. It could have been pass interference there too, and they're going to get double fouls here. Interference on Presley. He just stood up T.J. Curtis and said, "You ain't going anywhere."
Almost did him like Simba done in the Lion King, kind of holding him up over the cliff.
That got me. Excuse me while I choke to death.
Can't have that.
No,
kind of need
can't.
you around.
Right.
Please and thank you.
So let's iron this out.
Yet again. So we have the flag, of course, for offsides. And we have the flag at the front of the end zone, the front right pylon for pass interference.
That's the PI there. Is that the one they're going to... They didn't signal the first one, did they?
Yeah, they did. So either way, it's going to be 1st and goal for...
And there was offside, too. They're signaling now. That's declined. So they take the PI, and that'll go down to the 2 So the Rams threaten. 3:56 and counting. They're up 35-0 here in the first half. Rodgers out of the gun. Rodgers with bare legs showing. He pitches to Ernie Caesar. Ernie Caesar dives to the pylon and he gets it. A 2-yard dive into the end zone for who else? Ernie. They call him Flash Caesar with yet another run touchdown for Caesar. 2 today. That's 14 on the season. He's caught 1, 2. That's 3 receptions, so he has 17 TDs. Rams go up 41. And we're a point away from making it 42-0.
Well, we spoke to Cole Francis. He said they want to try to get up 60, and if they did, he'd give us a quick little glance up here in the booth. So they're almost there, Cole Francis, and his prophecy nearly coming true.
It is. I'm looking for Cole. I can't see him on the near sideline.
By the way, the kick is good, so
Yep.
42 points for the Rams. They're almost there.
And still 3:43 left here in the first half. Let's grab a break. We'll be back. Antlers Network Ram football after this.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
We're back. We being Jimmy the Saint and Jared the Moose. Sun setting behind us.
Beautiful day for football today.
It is, and the game is sun setting on the Buffaloes of Arkansas Baptist, who are down now 42-0 after the latest Ernie Caesar score, a 2-yard run, end over end kick. Back Scheibe up into the end zone, comes out to the 10, escorted out of bounds. 3 Rams down. Ooh, is somebody hurt rolling over in their back? Boy, those 3 players just went down real quick.
And one thing to note, Jimmy, we know after we walk the field, from the turf that transitions into the track that's getting replaced here at Panther Stadium, there's a little bit of a divot or a dip. So that's one thing to note.
Kieran Colton, the kid out of Kelowna, British Columbia, is being helped off. It was off the field, but all 3 of those Rams, 2 of the Rams that are helping him off here on special teams, and Colton turned over right away, grabbed his leg, and he's not even walking on that now as the teammates are helping him to the tent.
Hopefully we'll get a word on him soon. That was a nasty hit that he took.
He did. There's absolutely no weight on that right leg. Not a good sign.
Going into the tent as we speak.
Hopefully he's okay. Bell hands off to Witherspoon. Witherspoon tries to cut the corner, does, but then gets chopped down at the 14-yard line after a gain of a couple.
Maybe 2 or 3 if ABC's lucky.
If that, yep.
At least from our angle, it looked like that was just a gain of 2.
There's a lot of new different numbers now as Keith Houston trying to get, there's still the starters out there like Sanford. In the secondary, though, new numbers. Nick Williams.
On offense as well, we saw a little bit of Ashton Mitchell-Johnson, a little AMJ in that last possession.
Witherspoon says, I'm not getting much on the left side. He ain't getting anything on the right side either as he gets cut down after maybe a gain of a half yard.
Nope, no gain.
So it's 3rd and 8. And the clock ticking down to 2.5 here in a few seconds. It's been all Rams, 42-0. Rodgers TD pass. Rodgers TD pass. Caesar run. Rodgers TD pass. That
sounds like a broken record.
Rodgers to Bob. And then Caesar run. You got to get some run touchdowns there for Flash. And Bell under duress as he's been all day. Gets chased back inside the 5 at the 3-yard line. Gets hit by John Rector. Boy, he's been playing in there, a lot this first half. And Rector getting a lot of stops. Let's grab a timeout. 2 minutes. The 2-minute timeout. Not a warning. It's a timeout in college. It's been all Rams in the first half. 42-0. More coming up. Rams football on the Antler Sports Network.
Chance to Cody, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence to buy with us.
We're in the final 2 minutes here in the second from Crowley Panther Stadium. Jimmy the St. Christopher, Jared the Moose Jones on Antler Sports Network. Been watching the Rams roll out 42 points. 4 TD passes from Carson Rogers, 2 TD runs by great Ernie Caesar. And now a punt from 8 yards deep in his end zone. Where Xavier Branch gets it high into the air. I mean, it's high, real high, short high punt to the 23. Price does a juke, goes back to the 24, now retreats to the 29, runs to the center of the field, turns the corner, 20, 10, 5, leaps to the 2-yard line, and Jason Price, we call him Mr. Electric, and that is why he was pinned down almost to the far sideline, retreated 6 yards, came back across the field, and then dove for the end zone and comes up short at the 2. Man, oh man.
That's something straight out of Madden. And it seems like there's a Arkansas Baptist Buffalo injured after the play.
Yep. And we'll break away. Hope he's all right. More Rams football coming up on the Antler Sports Network after this.
Let me ask you a question. Where can you find delicious Mexican food? And where can you find the most exotic margaritas? Top that with an amazing customer service and a very private atmosphere?
Goal, $1:39 left here in the first, trying to increase a 42-0 lead first half. And Ernie Caesar plows to the center, and he's short by
maybe a yard. Maybe.
Let's call it a yard.
I've never seen that in the football rule book. I've seen a yard. That's a
yard.
New one.
Hanging from the yard, mate.
Are you a football pirate?
Yep, I guess so. They say 2nd and 2 now, the board does. So let's call it long 2. There's encroachment, free play, touchdown thrown, incomplete attempt. And I think they jumped, did the Buffalo.
I believe so, but do you see a flag anywhere?
No, I don't.
I don't either.
Somebody flinched.
At least I thought I saw somebody flinch. Maybe my eyes deceive me. I don't know. I guess not.
There's no flags. Enough officials out there that have flags in their pockets. None of them came out.
Including
so it's
us.
3rd down and 2 now. Handoff Caesar going left. Caesar at the goal line gets in for a touchdown. He just shoved aside the defender there, which was Xavier Branch, their punter. So Ernie Caesar, 52 seconds left here in the first. A 2-yard run, his second straight 2-yard run. So Caesar with 3 running touchdowns. He came in, remember, with 12, so give him 15 for the Rams' all-time leading rusher.
Man, it's just been all Texas Wesleyan, to say the least.
Yep. A good first drive, similar to the NAU game we last did a few weeks ago. And multi-purpose as Chavarria kicks it through and true. Remember, they had a good first drive, but then ceiling caved in on them. Buffalo's had a good first drive. They were helped, albeit by a number of 15-yard penalties, but it's been all Rams from the get-go. 49-0. Rams lead at 52 seconds left here in the first. Rams football on the Antler Sports Network.
It's Chance Cody, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence.
Waning minute, 52 seconds exactly here in the first half. It's been all Texas Wesleyan Rams, halfway to their 5th straight victory, 14th in the country, number 2 scoring team in all of the NAIA at 49.5, and guess where we are now, 49 zip.
Poetic, as they would say.
Chavarria, boy, he's just got that leg. Boots it out of the end zone, so we'll see the Buffaloes of ABC like we've seen them for most of the game from the 25-yard line starting.
For Arkansas Baptist, honestly, at this point on offense, you just get what you can. It's 52 seconds left against the Rams defense that has stopped you in your tracks since the word go. So just get what you can. Whether it be a gain of 3 or a gain of 30, a touchdown or what have you. Get something on offense.
It hasn't been much. As they go left, and a nice run by Witherspoon as he cuts to the outside and gets to the 31. Where he's run out of bounds. At that point, the Ram who ran him out was Nick Williams.
First time we've heard his name this evening.
Yeah. Beaumont United sophomore. Nick 6 foot, 170-pounder.
Is that, Jimmy, a lot of Coach Houston and company getting a lot of the sprinkling the second teamers into this one. So we could see a lot of
Evan Head's in there, the DB out of LD Bell.
Not too far from us here.
Right, in the secondary. Number of different players at the linebacker position. Witherspoon is apparently the only running back they have as he works his way shy of the first down by a couple of yards. He's just shy of the 35 to the 34.
Solid gain of about 3 with 20 seconds and counting left in this first half. Maybe time for one more play, or are they just going to let this thing roll out?
They'll probably try to snap it.
Yeah, looks like it. Time for one more.
11 seconds left. Bell hands off to the freshly inserted Taylon Rupert, the running back, and he gets negative yards. Looked like he had a trying for the seam there, and then he went to the outside, then he got stuffed back, and that's the end of the first half. So there it goes. One half in the books. It's been all Rams, 49-0. Rams with the lead. We'll be back with our halftime show. It's coming up. Rams halfway to their 5th win, 49-zip at the half. Rams football on the Antler Sports Network continues after this timeout.
It's Chance Cody, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence to buy with us.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
Here at the half, Texas Wesleyan up big at North Crowley Panther Stadium. As we prepare to get stats compiled from the first half of play between ABC and Texas Wesleyan, let's take a look at the highlights and what many are already considering not only an ASN Classic, but Game of the Year. It's the best of the Arlington-Seguin Cougars and the Timberwolves of Mansfield-Timberview. Out of the pocket, rolls out to his right. Strike across the middle of the field at the 40, and it's caught. Going the other way with it is going to be Brown, we just mentioned, and a huge play. Gain of 15, move the chains, first down and 10. Here's Andrews. Play action, looking, lets one fly. End zone for Brown, batted away. We know that Andrews likes to go up high to Brown. Lee Blitz maybe has one more man to beat before he gets to the second level. Jukes gets to around the 15 and looking for more. Big push there, gets the first down and some extra change to go with it. Gain of 10 makes it first down again for Seguin. 4 out wide, stacked at the top of your screen. It's going to be a handoff and not a very good one as Mesh gets bottled up into the backfield. A loss of 4. And this is going to be 4th down and a country. I digress. 3.5 left to go. It's a handoff. Breaking to the outside at the 40. Still spinning, looking for extra room. Going is Hansen. Hansen gets brought down around the 43-yard line. Big time runner on 2nd and 6. 2:40 and counting. Man in motion. Handoff to Woods. Woods breaks across midfield, runs through, but getting brought down at the 45 on the second level is going to be Lacorian Hodge. Woods breaks to the numbers at the 45, 40, pushed out of bounds and crashing into one of his coaches.
That may have been a member of the chain gang that went down.
We saw a chain gang member get knocked over. Run from Woods. They hand it. No, it's going to be a fake. It's going to be a throw to the outside, looking for room is Madison. Madison has space along the 25, knocked out of bounds at around the 17 or so yard line. 1st and 10, move the chain. DeSanto has a lone back. Handoff. Got the first down and looking for more extra change is Woods. Move the chains inside of the 10. It's going to be 1st and goal for DeSanto in the gun. Has a back and 2 out wide. They hand it. No, it's going to be a keeper. Batted down and almost picked off. Getting a hand on that was Ross. And up to Woods again. Stutter stepping, bringing him down. Just brought him up. Coming up with the hit is Jaden Domino, the senior linebacker, tight end. Bring it up 4th and goal. Big flats. So if that can't get going, might be trouble. Speaking of trouble, Andrews rolls out, gets a big time block at the 40. Maybe one more man to beat. Flag is thrown, reaches out to about the 45. Clock will roll. Ooh. And nope, it's going to stop. Penalty flag is back against Grapevine. Their secondary is pretty much one safety. Timberview, 2 safeties back there as Andrews gets wrestled down in the backfield. Big time hit TFL. I 100% agree with you there. 8.5 left in the first half. DeSanto, handoff to Henson. It's an end zone. Touchdown, Timberview. I would appreciate that.
My mom has a saying, Jared, normal is just a setting on the dryer. Can possibly be.
Another fake kick once again. It rolled to the 50. Timberview falls on it. Waiting on the officials. I don't see a flag.
I don't think
Timberwolves, a pack of Timberwolves, if you will. Turns the corner, gets to around the 45, brushed out of bounds. Gain of 4. He's going to make it 2nd down in a country mile. About 16 to go as we await the official spot. Letting the Seguin offense hear it here. Andrews has a block and gets bottled up at the 40. Losing yardage, getting muscled back on the TFL. Dylan Ditch
there.
They hand it off to the bell cow. And looking at open field is Woods. Woods at the 40, 30, 25, 20. Pick up the phone, folks. House call. Touchdown, Timberview. Mesh at the 45. Maybe one more man to beat at the 35, 30. Gets brought down. I don't see any handkerchiefs anywhere, folks. And a big time play. There's the flag. Right in the backfield at the end of the rush. In the slot. Peeler also with him. Looks like they're going to go fade ball here. Lays it out there. Caught! He caught it! It's into the end zone! Touchdown, Seguin! What that is. They're going to hand it up to Hanson again. Hanson gets brought down. Seguin, do they have the football? Waiting to see. No, looks like Timberview got it. Back 3rd and 5. Table to 3rd and 5. DeSanto dropping back, looking to throw, strike across the middle. It's caught at midfield. Turning on the way is Collins. Collins shoots a man at the 45 and gets brought down. Move the chains. Timber to get the playoff, and they do. It's a handoff this time to Woods. Woods has an opening at the 20. A block by touchdown. 39-yard touchdown carry. First at the 40, brought down to the 39-yard line. 1st down and 10. Flipping fields.
And the pessimist in me keeps looking for a little yellow flag. Doesn't get one. This is the biggest run of the night.
With all 3. They're going to need to know it's a fake. It's caught. It's caught across the middle. Carterius Brown. Good for a gain of 23. After the converted fake punt. Andrews looking to throw. Met by pressure. Gets rolled and brought down. Getting the ankles. Guess who? Ernesto Chavez. The bowling ball. It's to middle. It's caught by Smith. Smith spins. Open field. Breaks another tackle. Pushing through at the 2. Gets punched back vertical. Down at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal. And the rest of the offensive coaching staff have in store. Joel to the hands. Andrews. Fade ball. End zone. Oh my goodness. It's caught. One-handed. Touchdown. Otter pushes forward. Are they going to give him the first? Waiting.
First down.
Move the chains. 1st down, Seguin.
It was that second effort that he was met at the line of
Look along the other side.
Yep, that is indeed Cohen Peeler. Penalty flag was thrown. Of course, Seguin will decline it. Move the chains again. I wouldn't put it past either of these teams. Andrews looking to go deep. He has a man across the middle. It's caught by Smith. Smith, end zone. Touchdown, Seguin. It's being shown. Andrews looking like he's going to go deep. Shuffle to the left. He's going to take it himself. For on the run into the end zone. Did he catch it? Yes, he did. DeSanto. Jolt to the hands. Delayed handoff, misdirection by Woods, and Woods gets chopped down at the 45. Brought back to the original line of scrimmage. Loss of 4. 3rd down and 10 to go. So this might be arguably best case for Seguin. As a new drive begins, bounce to the outside and has a block. It's Mesh. Mesh gets bottled up at the 10. Isn't going to get much farther than that. Got to mark him short. Oh my, it's 3rd and 1. Andrews, snap. Handoff, spin by Mesh at the 20. He's got the first down this time. Move the chains.
Goal post as well.
Here's the new first down. Andrews throw. It's almost intercepted. Dangerous ball there. Pass was intended for Smith again.
No way.
10 seconds to get the snap off. We're knocking on a minute here. Andrews looking to go deep. He gets crushed. Coming up with the sack, Ontario Hewitt. Big time. Inside of 30 seconds now. Andrews looking to go deep. Scanning the field. Pressure's on him. Throws it into the flat. It's tipped and incomplete. Big time hit along the sideline. In coverage. Dueling coverage. Handoff to Woods. Woods pushes forward. Has a lane. Jukes to the left at the 15. Flag is thrown. Still pushing. Into the end zone. Man's going to be taken out the one. Going the other way is Seguin. Mesh with it. Stutter stepping. Pull the jersey, breaks 2 tackles, has a lane on the sideline, still going at the 40, gets brought down. Is away. Brown has to catch it backwards, turns, gets yanked, still on his feet, gets crammed. Big time hit at the 13. That being his left, jolt to the hands, drops back in shotgun, steps up, has plenty of room, has Brown streaking, caught, he caught it, he caught it. Oh my goodness, he's done it again! 1st and 10 after the big play. Andrews looking to go deep again. He's got a man picked off! Intercepted by Timberview! Down at the 25. He almost picked off. Spinning is Jacob Bly, who was initially, according to some of our reports, and another flag is thrown back at the original, guess what, Zach? Line of scrimmage. My oh my. Handoff again to Woods. Woods had a steam out of the ankles, no good. Hurdle, no good. Brought down at the 43-yard line. And a little bit after, out of a game, especially this closely contested, this chippy. As Hansen breaks with a lane at the 40, 35, 30, 25, bounce out of bounds at the 19. Gold in the sand falling out of the hourglass. Here we go. No flag thrown. However, Woods jumps. Good for a first down. Congratulations. Not only are you part of Game 150, you've been part of an ASN Classic. 2:03 left. It's a keeper for DeSanto. End zone. Touchdown. Timberview. Make something happen and push came to shove. Here we go. 1st and 10. Andrews looking. O-line is holding. Has a man across the middle. It's Brown. Brown gets at the 45 and driven down. Exactly what he needed. First down your screen. 18 seconds to get the snap off. Andrews looking. Steps up. Has a man in the flat. It's caught at the 40. At the 35-30. Gets bounced out of bounds at around the 27 or 29-yard line. Gets it to the official immediately. This is one hand. It will reset to 25 and roll. Andrews dropping back. Game on the line. He's got a fade ball. Incomplete.
No flags.
No flags. They can say they have taken down the top dog. Our final from Wildman. Timberview 38, Seguin 24.
My name is Chance Ducote, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car's 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence to buy with us.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
Halftime is winding down here at Crowley Panther Field in Crowley, Texas. Jimmy the St. Christopher, Jared Moose Jones. On the Antler Sports Network, we've watched the Rams run up 49 points. That's their average, second in the country in the NAIA, a 49.5 average for the explosive Rams. We'll tell you how they got there with the following plays. First off, in the first frame, Rams came out and threw a 47-yard Carson Rogers pass to Michael Banks. Followed that up about 7 minutes later on the game clock with a Rogers to A.J. Bob 30-yard scoring strike. Then Ernie Caesar, as he does, coming in, he had 12 touchdowns on the ground. He scored with a $133 left in the first frame, 5 yards out. Rams in the second period, Rogers to Caesar, a 27-yard pass. And Caesar's third catch of the year for a TD. Then a big bomb from Rogers to A.J. Bob of 75 yards. About half of that was a yak, yards after catch. And then a couple of 2-yard runs by Ernie Caesar, who's had 3 now on the ground. He's also caught one. Those are your 49 points for the Rams at the half. And looking at some stats, speaking of Carson Rogers, 10 out of 11, 237 yards, 4 touchdown passes in that first period. I should say first half. And 3 of those passes in the first frame. Ernie Caesar, 5.7 average, his long of 21, but the 3 TDs, he lugged it 7 times for 40 yards. TJ Curtis grabbed 1 for 39, Michael Banks 1 for 47, Caesar, as we said, 3 catches, 46 yards and a TD, and AJ Bob 5 for 105, he's averaging 21 a catch, his long of 30, and 2 scores for the electric AJ Bob. Diego Chavarria getting that tired leg from all the kickoffs and these 7 extra points. Wow, 49-0 at the half. What can you say? But they've reached their scoring average, which is number 2 in the country in the NAIA, and still have a half to play.
Still a lot of football left to play. I told you during the break that I played a little devil's advocate here.
Okay, good.
But if I'm Texas Wesleyan, one thing I need to focus on is the fact that the flat in the middle of the field has been wide open at the passing game for Arkansas Baptist. It's the only reason they were able to move the football up the field the way they did, regardless of the result or the ending of those drives, 2 of those being interceptions. But nonetheless, Wesleyan was able to get pretty much the same plays of post routes. There were out routes. There were slants across the middle and into the flat. That killed them in that first quarter and a little bit seeping into the second quarter. So if any other team does that, let's say a Wesleyan or a Langston or even a Louisiana Christian, if any other team in the conference moves the football the way that they did in this first quarter, the way that Arkansas Baptist did, we're not looking at a 49-0 ball game with the same stats that we see on our screens. We're looking at a game that could be tied, if not see the Rams down coming out of the break, out of the locker rooms, and into the second half. So that's one thing I kind of want to see them clean up. Protect the middle, protect the flats in the passing game. Other than that, it's been as close to a picture-perfect game for Wesleyan as you can get, Jimmy.
And we talked about Keith Houston, the first-year defensive coordinator. Heck of a season so far, the first 4 games, and no doubt about this one at the half. 22 yards on the ground and 26 carries for the Buffaloes. Passing yards, a mere 53. Total offensive yards, 75. Bell, the quarterback, 7 out of 17 for those 53 yards. He's a negative 25 on 10 carries, and he's got clobbered 3 or 4 times really hard in that first half. And Witherspoon, 11 carries for 62 yards. That's your first half stats. About ready to embark on our second half. Third period coming up here in a moment, literally, as the Rams will receive a kickoff. They have their 2 guys in kickoff position. Michael Banks, far side, near side of your screen with number 4 in the front of his chest. It's the electric Jaden Price.
We've seen Price take a punt return 3 yards forward, spin around to his right, go 7 yards backwards, and figure out a way to almost get in the end zone. He was started at around midfield and ended up at the 2. The dangerous one yet again, showing how he's arguably the best returner in the country.
Xavier Branch had a number of punts, 4 to be explicit, averaging just 19 and a quarter in the first half. Here's his first kickoff. It's a line drive right into the hands of the aforementioned Price at the 15, straight up the field, 35, 40, gets in the clear, but one man there to drag him down at the 47. That would almost look like it was a face mask tackle employed on special teams by Talon Rupert, but boy, he gets by Rupert, and Price has 50-plus yards to look at in front of him.
If you put Price at receiver, he'd be one of the best receivers statistically on the field for both teams. That's just how amazing he is in the returning game. Whether it be kicks or punts, Price is going to eat up yards either way you slice it.
Yeah, he was Athlete of the Year in the SAC a couple of years ago in 21. He is electric. So here are the Rams now at the 49-0 lead right in front of us, smack dab in the center of the field at their own 48-yard line. Looked like that early jump again. The flag comes down this time. It didn't the last time when they jumped. Throwing right out of bounds at the 18, a tumbling incomplete pass, almost a tumbling catch made by Michael Banks. Timing was there.
Man, it was right there. Rogers with an absolute beautiful ball along the sideline, almost right into the bread basket, but the bread is still stale. However, Wesleyan is still going to move forward with the offsides penalty for a couple extra yards.
Remember, they missed one of those. We weren't hallucinating because they did near the Rams goal line early in that second period.
Well, Jimmy, why not give it to him? What will it hurt?
So Rogers quick out left side to Bob. Bob makes a couple of moves, and he had some space down the far sideline, but is dragged down from behind after a pickup of a first down. So the quick out to Bob, and they have so many weapons.
I mean, Bob, as we see on the instant replay, turned upfield, made his move, turned what was supposed to be a gain of 5 into a gain of 10. Doubled it at just a snap of a finger. It's just how elusive he is.
Major elusive, like trying to catch a gnat.
Ugh.
A gnat on a hot fall night in North Texas. In motion comes Bob. Fake handoff, a little quick out, and that's going to maybe pick up 1 to the left side of T.J. Curtis. He was immediately popped there by Xavier Branch. Branch does it all. Kicks off, punts, plays the secondary, corner spot.
I heard he drove the bus here, too.
He may. That bus that came in spewing all that pollution. You had a great line about that bus spewing the pollution.
They call them mosquito killers.
Yeah, every mosquito was killed between here and Little Rock. I thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, over the middle, it was bad for the air. There was an air quality alert today in the Metroplex, and a complete pass, a little quick slant over the middle to the left side to T.J. Curtis, and he's short of by a yard, to 2nd and 1.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jimmy, maybe an air quality alert in the atmosphere, but it sure ain't an air quality alert for this Rams passing offense. They've pretty much just been firing all cylinders since the opening kick, and right now, not showing many signs of slowing down. Rodgers still on the field.
Rodgers 10 at 11, 237 yards, 4 TDs through the air. As Carson looks over the situation in his left pocket, Caesar hands off to Ernie. Ernie does some juking and jiving, pulls his way to the 28-yard line. First man to greet him on defense for Arkansas Baptist was Braden Claiborne. But another Rams first down is Gino Borshot. Longtime Rams PA guy. Brandon Carpenter, who was this year's PA guy for the Rams, was busy today, so we got the chance to see Gino for the first time since last year. Last game we saw him, he was a despondent PA announcer after the loss to Louisiana College. Flag comes down, there's another jump, and into the end zone it goes. Bob was just annihilated by Branch in the end zone. It was a free play because I think they're calling offside against the Buffaloes. Boy, what a hit.
Man, didn't even get enough time to really just catch that thing. Got absolutely crushed.
Major crush. Holy simoles.
Thankfully, he's up and seems to be okay either way. Wesleyan will surely take the extra chunk of change on the penalty.
So it's 1st and 5 at the 19 of the Rams. Clock moves down to 12 minutes even here in the third. Fake handoff and a little quick, a one bounce, looked like an infielder, first baseman throwing infield to A.J. Bob. Might have been tipped at the line. It was a short pass, incomplete.
Not too sure, but as we take a moment, want to give a special shout out. Happy birthday to my grandfather, Roy Williamson, celebrating a birthday today. The grandfather of the Antler Sports Network.
Cool beans. Happy birthday to Mr. Williamson. He's probably around my age, maybe, huh?
I don't know. Both of you moving around pretty well for your respective ages.
Good,
so.
good. No, I'm old enough to be your grandfather. So. Happy birthday to your real one. Hand off to Caesar. Ball separated. He loses the 15. And the Buffaloes say they have it. They do.
Yep, it's ABC football. Big takeaway for the Buffaloes. Their first, arguably their biggest play of the day.
He just got knocked back, Ernie did. Met resistance by the left side of the line. He just got knocked back, and the ball pops out, and the white and purple Buffaloes fall on it.
Is that the first fumble that we've seen from Caesar this year?
I think so.
I believe so. That's saying something.
I haven't seen it. Of course, we don't do road games, but I don't have time to go back and check every game to see if there's any fumbles.
At least from my immediate recollection, I don't think so.
Bell, quick out to the right side of the 14, complete. First down yardage out to the 31-yard line. And getting run out at that point. On the reception was Ronnie Stillwell, the tight end. On defense for the Rams, Nick Williams.
All right, the Buffaloes moving up the field again. The herd is rumbling.
Also in there for the Rams now is DeMond Nolan out of Mainland High in Florida, a freshman. So Coach Houston Oh, and here comes a rush. Bell, how did he get away from that rush? And then the rusher initially on the rush was Caleb Molina. He got through, missed him. Then he almost got him the second time. He dove for Bell, slowed him down before he's finished off, and he gets out to the 32. After all that, a gain of 2.
Kudos to Bell. So far today, the man, although he may not be the fastest quarterback in the he has been absolutely elusive, getting out of the pocket when he has room. He's not afraid to take it, even put his head down to take a hit.
Remember, he took a couple of those head-to-head hits. He was laid out prone, got right back up. A quick out to the right side to the 28. Completed pass, and out of bounds it goes short of the first down.
Yep, they're going to mark him about a yard short. So a big 3rd and 1 coming up for ABC. Arguably their biggest offensive play tonight. Trying to keep some kind of offensive fortitude in this game. And a drive that's been solid for them that began, Jimmy, on a forced fumble on one of the best running backs in the country.
That was a nice catch and run by Rice. First down yardage. Do they get it? Yeah, they get it. Out to the 42 on the run.
So the drive continues for ABC.
And picking up the first down was Tavlon, Tavlon Rupert, running back 5'10", 185-pound sophomore. So 1st and 10 from their own 42, far hash. 9.5 here in a couple ticks. Rams up 49-0. Buffaloes after the recovered fumble of Ernie Caesar. Another quick out, and they're moving that ball up the far sideline. A spinning move at the 40-yard line, then getting decked at the 38 goes Jaquelin Robinson for a first down. That was a nice move after the catch, and he gets big first down yardage to the 39. They're on the move.
The Rams defense seem to be a bit on their heels here. An interesting thing to note, if you look right below us to our left, both Cade Gordon and Ty Renfro, the quarterbacks listed at 2 and 3 tonight, are on the sideline warming up. Maybe we see them.
And a sack of Bell immediately in front of us at the 45 at the far hash, so they'll lose back 6 yards on the sack. Rams coming off the field, and on the stop was Solomon Sangobuale, the linebacker out of Texas Tech, 6'1", 215-pound senior. He's been on a couple plays today.
Yeah, he has. Yet another showing of this Rams pass rush.
So the Rams put him back 5 at second and 16. From the Rams 45, 3 wides near. Bell, a high snap. Bell gets crunched as he threw it, and passing complete out to the far side to Stillwell, falls incomplete. But that Ram defensive line is just mowing right through this offensive line of the Buffaloes.
Well, ABC facing another 3rd down. They're sitting at 6 and 11 on 3rd downs tonight. The Rams are perfect 1 for 1 from 100%. Well, about as 100% as you can get, as really haven't gotten to 2nd down as they scored on every single drive. But ABC on 3rd down has been pretty solid. They've been able to pull rabbits out of many hats so far tonight. Maybe they have another one here.
And that front 3 has just been putting on pressure, and Wyatt Vinzant has been getting some playing time. Completed pass out to the 40, 1 yard shy, getting back to the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be a 4th down and 11 after the completed pass.
So we've seen them on 4th down on their own 45 punt the football. It looks like their offense is back onto the field, so my entire point, Jimmy, is redundant.
Well, down 7 touchdowns and clock moving down to 7:28. Here in a quickly moving 3rd period. 2 wides each side. Back to the left of Bell. Takes the snap. Bell drops. Bell under heat. Bell goes down at the 40-yard line. It's just, he's going to be seeing blue and gold in his sleep tonight. And running off the field, John Rector, who's been part of that front 3 on the D-line rotation, as Rector gets himself a sack. You can always see the guy who made the sack who's running off, just ready, just flying. He's not even touching the ground. He says, I got him, coach.
Carson Rogers notably stepping back onto the field at quarterback. Wonder when Coach Serrata Company decide to pull the trigger and get one of the backups in there.
Rogers today, we got to talk we had a talk with Cole Francis. He's nursing a slight tear of the right labrum, passing complete to Ronnie Schneider below us. But he was loosening up. He says, with the bye last week and then the bye next week, and that's why we panicked. We didn't see him on the
surely had me confused at first.
So Cade Gordon is the backup quarterback.
Schneider, the intended target of that last play, Jimmy. We know how great Schneider is at receiver, but that's the first thing we've heard from him today, and it was an incompletion.
Yeah, it has.
I'd like to see him get more involved.
Yeah, he's right up there with the Curtis. And there's a complete pass on the far side, first down at the 50, and then chased out at the 41-yard line. Tight end pass, so they're getting the tight ends involved as well. It goes to Parker Gleaton, the 6'4", 235 Roscoe High School freshman.
The big fella going along the sideline, eating up yards. It's good to see a good run from the tight end, especially at his size. He is quick.
He is, and Paul Summers now split to the near side out of Evangel University, a sophomore. So the Rams getting slowly but surely a lot of their second string and third string guys. Complete pass at the 39-yard line and flung out of bounds is Schneider, holding his hands up like, I didn't do anything, I just flung him. I flung him hard, was Eric Westry, the defensive back.
Well, there's Ronnie. There he is.
Yeah.
Speak of the devil. The opposite of the announcer jinx.
Schneider in the slot, and then Summers way out. Near side, it's Curtis for the Rams. AMJ to the right of Rogers. Quick drop, and Rogers gets cut down. There's a low tackle made at the 40-yard line. Steaming through to level him was Xander Baldwin, the defensive end, a sophomore, 6', 235-pounder.
That's the first time Rogers has been sacked tonight.
Yes.
So kudos to ABC for finally getting to him. Rogers pretty much all evening long has been as comfortable as he can, cool as a penguin, sitting in the pocket. So finally getting pressure on him, bringing up a third down and long decision time for Coach Sherrod and company.
A pinkish sun reflecting off the bleachers on the far side. It's 89 at game time. 3rd and 9, 5:08 and counting. Snap back. Rogers throws. Rogers, a bullet fired at the 25-yard line. A diving catch, a beauty made by Dennis Garrison, the wide receiver out of Ottawa University out there in the Sonoran Desert. And good coverage. It was really good. Boy, what a tight window coverage by Deron Presley. Perfect throw by Carson Rogers.
Rogers staying poised, rolling out, was about 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage, running for his life for a second. ABC again getting pressure. Rogers again, though, Jimmy, cool as a penguin, moving the sticks.
1st and 25, almost a quick jump. I see a flag now, so...
2 flags.
A free play.
There's also a flag downfield in the secondary.
Maybe defensive holding on that one. They definitely jumped at the Buffaloes, which for the 4th time today.
Could also be pass interference, maybe on ABC's Darren Presley, the freshman defensive back, standing at 6 foot even. Yep, looks like it is.
As white hat referee Smith, Eric by first name, offside. Saw that one. That was declined. They're going to take the PI. That'll go to the 13, the line of scrimmage.
Rams prime real estate again. They have to get a fresh set of downs. They got to get inside of the 5. And with guys like Ernie Caesar and the rest of that fantastic running back room, should be easy pickings.
Schneider takes it and then has trouble with his footing, regains it, and is cut down just inside the 5-yard line at the far side. You see where AMJ was lined up behind Rogers on that play, like 5 yards behind. That tackle was made by Anthony Jones, the defensive back.
Alligator roll tackle there.
Yeah, it was, definitely. 2nd and a pair now. We're at 3:44. Rams with the 49-0 lead. They've yet to score here in the 3rd. Rogers with AMJ now more conventionally in his left pocket. He looks right, throws right for Schneider, and just a couple fingertips over the outstretched arms of Ronnie Schneider. Pretty good coverage there that time by Eric Westry, the DB.
Westry did a great job of covering Schneider, not only to prevent the catch, but to also make it difficult for Rogers if he wanted to get the ball in the back of the end zone. That pretty much would have had to have been a picture-perfect pocket pass. Say that 5 times fast. Picture-perfect pocket pass, but I digress. To get 6 out of that. Great coverage in the back of the end zone for ABC.
And it's 3rd and 2 for the Rams. After the incomplete, a little quick slant in the end zone. Incomplete. Boy, another good defensive play made by that back 7. That time for the Buffaloes.
4th and 2. The Rams are going to keep that offense on the field.
Nicholas Adupoku, outside linebacker, made a beautiful play. So 4th and 2. Rams trying to crack the 50-burger mark with the 49-0 lead. So Rogers, AMJ to his left. He drops, throws it out of the backfield. AMJ, does he get into the end zone? No, he was short.
But he is, importantly, Jimmy, going to get the first down.
He gets the first by plenty, so it'll be 1st and goal. They mark him out at the 2-yard line.
Gutsy call there, not to bring out the field goal unit.
I know. Parker Gleaton, the tight end who caught a big pass earlier in this drive, is back in there. Rams, couple receivers to the near side, one to the far. AMJ on the right side of Rogers, fake to him. Rogers runs and throws in the end zone. It's knocked down. Intended in the end zone for Dennis Garrison, 6'2", 180-pounder. That's a kid out of Ottawa University out in AZ.
Hopefully no bad blood.
Yeah, I wonder what he was thinking when they went out there and beat Ottawa in the second game of the season. Yeah, there's no bad blood between these two teams. Paul Summers split to the far right side. In the slot is Schneider, but first we get a timeout. It's going to be whistled to who? Referee Eric Smith, to the Rams. No, to the other guys, the Buffalo. So they wanted to look over and see what the offense was. They call that timeout. 2nd and 1, 2:34 left in the 3rd. Want to grab a quick break? Keep it here. Grab a quick break. We'll be back. Rams leading at 49-0. More Rams football on the Antler Sports Network after this.
It's Chance Ducote, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence.
The waning 2:34 left here in the 3rd from Crowley Panther Stadium, not the multi-purpose stadium we've been growing accustomed to for a year and a half. We'll be back there for the next home game in a couple of weeks. Rams 49-0 leaders. 2nd goal at the 1. Toss pitch right, it comes, and cutting back in and going in, standing up, and then he gets dumped in the end zone on the touchdown run by Zykeelan Hadnot, the running back out of Jasper High School. Remember I said earlier today when we were at a pregame talk on the phone, I said Mr. Hadnot might get some carries, and he does. The scat back, boy, he's hard to bring down, quick and darting, and he darts in from a couple of yards out. So the Rams up now by 55 count, and Chavarria says, thank you very much, I will make it 56-0. So 2:27, I should say, here left in the 3rd. The 2-yard score by Hadnot. Rams with the lead, 56-0. We'll be back more after this on the Antler Sports Network.
I'm Chance Ducote, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car's 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence.
It's a gorgeous night here in Fort Worth. Gorgeous for the Rams, too. They're on the way to their 5th straight victory, 56-0. 83 now in Fort Worth. Beautiful day today. Some pink clouds to the east as the sun sets behind us. Diego Chavarria kicks off again, end over end, boot, and goes to the end zone. So familiar starting place now for the game for the Buffaloes as they are down 56-0. And we see Ty Renfro, who's third on the quarterback list today. Normally he'd be fourth. Cole Francis, who's out temporarily with that slight tear in his right labrum, and then Cade Gordon was the backup quarterback today. And the aforementioned Renfro is playing catch below us. Also with the aforementioned Cade Gordon. So we might see one of those two guys here soon.
Hopefully both. I wouldn't be against it.
So from the 25, another quick out. I think that's the only play they run, at least the majority of the plays they run today. And it's a first down gain of 13 yards on the play. Good catch by Ron and run by Ronnie Stillwell, the tight end. They go to the tight end a lot, too.
You know, they say, Jimmy, athletes are creatures of habit.
Mm-hmm.
Every single drive for ABC has pretty much been exactly the same, pound for pound.
Yep.
A couple of big gains, a penalty here or there, but ends up going 4 and out. It stumped me as to what the true differentiating factor is that could hopefully get ABC into the end zone for at least 3 points.
Bell throws this side. It's tipped and intercepted at the 50-yard line by the Rams. Jaden Jones, no relation to Jared Jones, but he gets his second pick of the season, and Jones takes it to inside the 40-yard line of the Buffs. There's a flag.
Yep,
is that coming back or is that after the play?
It seemed like it was after. We see the yellow hanky of the officials, the laundry on the field at around the 35-yard line. Either way, that's just a heads-up play.
Mm-hmm. Edgar Gonzalez, the field judge, picked up the flag.
Face mask penalty called against ABC. So that'll just add more yardage to what was already a big takeaway for Wesleyan.
Another pick.
I believe that's their 4th of the game.
Yes, 2 by Sanders, 1's by Rogers. And now this one by JJ. Not
Secondary.
Jared, Jaden.
No relation that I know of. Who knows?
And the quarterback is backup quarterback today. Cade Gordon hands off to Ashton Mitchell Johnson, who gets run out inside the 20. Picks up, we'll call it 3. Be 2nd and 7.
About 2nd down and 7 is what they'll officially mark it.
Minute 10 and a few ticks here. Gordon, Ashton Mitchell Johnson to his left, fake handoff, and they go out to the left. Oh, and it was darn near pick, but Ronnie Schneider says, you can't have the pick 6. I'm taking it in for 6, as he scores from 18 yards out with 57 seconds left here. Boy, and that was darn near a pick 6, and that would have been nothing but 90 yards going the other way for the Buffaloes. But Branch couldn't make it. Schneider caught it. Schneider scored it. 12-yard scoring strike. So how's that for Cade Gordon comes in, throws a touchdown pass to Ronnie Schneider.
I don't think that was Ronnie. I believe that was the third-string receiver, Brodon Lewis, Johnny number 82.
That was 82?
Yeah,
I thought it was 12.
Bit of an awkward angle, turned around so quickly. Thought it was an interception. So
all right, so my mistake for crediting Ronnie for 82 gets the touchdown. Brodon Lewis. Anyway, it's a touchdown, extra point good. Rams leading it 63-0 here with just 56 seconds left in the fourth. Let's grab a break. More Rams football coming up on the Antler Sports Network. Back at Crowley, another scoring strike for the Rams, this time from Cade Gordon to Brodon Lewis as the kickoff by Chavarria, which he usually does, puts it through the end zone out to the 25. Come the scoreless Buffaloes down now 63-0 with 56 seconds left here in the third period. We talked before the game, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, to Cole Francis, the backup quarterback, who's nursing that slight tear in his right labrum. He said he's going to look up here and give us a shout wave when they hit 60. I've had my eyes peeled on him.
I'm quite disappointed. So if Cole Francis is watching this broadcast back at some point, highly, highly disappointed in him.
Maybe he just got caught up in the excitement. Maybe he will when they score 70. Still have a quarter to play, too.
Yeah, a lot of football left. A lot of good that can come out of this ABC team.
Bell snap, Bell throws right, completed pass, and getting nailed was Taylor Poole.
Looks like they're going to give him absolutely no forward progress there, Jimmy. That looks like it's going to be a loss of two.
Couple, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, 2nd and 12.
I'm having a hard time as dusk setting in and these lights. These are like Farrington lights. Plus, what's this plastic bag hanging down? And that's reflecting off our lights because we turned on our lights in the booth. I'll fight through it, though, being the pro that I am. 2nd and 10. Bell cranks it and throws it over the middle. Another interception by the Rams at the 48-yard line. To the 25 and still going out to the 24-yard line. It's another pick, the Rams' 5th pick, and that was picked off.
Acrobatic play by Desmond Norland.
So it's Norland. Wow. I didn't see the number. I just couldn't see after my score sheet my roster as the lights went off.
Going up top, scaling the ladder.
So Norland with another pick, the 5th on the day for the Rams. Boy, that was acrobatic. We have a timeout. Would you grab one too?
No, why not keep it here?
Yeah, let's keep it here.
Next home game for Wesleyan is going to be the Highway 287 rivalry between Wesleyan and Sagu. Well, formerly Sagu.
Right, that's right.
Nelson University now. Already having to ruin a switch setup as we end quarter number 3. Take another look at that massive interception.
Yeah, I want to see that again Wesleyan, too, because I didn't really see it before.
Wow, just going up top, scaling the ladder, and more importantly, keeping his balance after the catch. So
it's hard to see.
Kudos to Neuland.
The 5th pick as we complete the transition from quarter number 3 to period number 4. Rams with a Finn 5 picks. They're close, just a quarter away now from their 5th victory, leading 63-0.
Still waiting.
Yeah, we have some delay. Eric Smith's looking up to the booth. Fran Johnson's looking at us. Don't look at us. They're pointing. They want the quarter. They want this clock to go to 15. There we go.
There we go. Back to our regularly scheduled
They're
program.
pointing at us.
Yep, Cole Francis pointing right at us, along with Carson Rogers with the coach's headset on.
Right, yep.
So I take back my words to you, Cole. I refrain my previous statement.
Gordon, a toss pitch right to Hadnot, gets inside the 20-yard line, and he's taken off his feet after a nice gain.
You have about 6 there.
Yeah, it's 2nd and 4. So trying to get you some numbers of players as we start the fourth quarter. Normally don't play. Brodon Lewis is one of the receivers. He caught that last touchdown pass. He's split to the near side. Parker. Oh, a high snap over Gordon's head and falling on the 39, then tumbling over to the 41-yard line. Otherwise, would have been a disastrous turnover, as Hadnot showed that speed as he got out to cover it. So a loss way back to the 39-yard line. They have to get to the 17. So that's 25. 39 to 13, to the 12 actually. So third and a long way to go. Cade Jordan throws it over the middle. Rifle shot, it's picked off at the 20-yard line. Branch has it. Branch still on his feet. The punter and the kickoff guy and the secondary guy gets a pick of Cade Gordon and returns it to the 34.
Oh, one thing to note, Branch caught the pick, was rolled down, and kept on going. One of the Arkansas Baptist coaches telling him to keep moving. Don't know if he just didn't think he was down or what. Taking a second look of it here. He gets spun. Jimmy, I'm not too sure if his knee went down or not.
That's probably why the coach told him to keep going. So the offense back on the field for the Buffaloes, trailing 63-0, just underway here. 13:32 left in the fourth. So the whistle, Witherspoon to the right, takes the handoff. Another play that they do, going to the left with Witherspoon, and like a lot of previous times, gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's exactly where we're going to put him. No gain. But again, Jimmy, as I noted earlier, if you're Arkansas Baptist in this offense against the Wesleyan defense, that's been playing like a group possessed. Getting back to the line of scrimmage, up, check that, and respotted it. That's going to be a loss of 1.
Yep, so it's a negative run on that play. Split to the near side. Big tight end, Antonio Smith. So Smith near side, one to the far side. Back to the right of Bell. Overthrows Witherspoon at the 36. Trailing on the coverage for the Rams was DeMond Noellen. He's out of Florida, Mainland High School. Zaire Livingston, a linebacker in there. I'm trying to get as many numbers as I can in for guys who usually don't play. Jonas Deschaux, defensive back from Katy Paytow. Caleb Molina along the defensive line. He's a Wayland Baptist transfer.
A lot of inter-Sooner transfers.
A little stack of 3 receivers near side on 3rd and 10. Bell, the quick drop, pumps, runs, gets to the line of scrimmage, and he gets hauled down from behind.
Not much more than that.
No. Nice tackle made by John Rector. He's been playing a lot earlier tonight, too. See how many tackles he had there in the first. He had 4 tackles in the first half, did Rector.
Has one more quick one. It looks like maybe it's going to be the punting unit. We'll try it back onto the field for ABC. Price is going back deep. Peels at about that 35-yard line. We've already seen a lot of theatrics from Price tonight. Maybe he has something for us here in the early portions of the fourth.
Rector had a sack and a half and 2.5 TFLs. I think I might be putting him in my craw for defensive player of the game.
Oh, for sure.
High snap, and is pulled down by Branch, and he runs and he kicks. He jumped over a special teams guy pressuring. There's a flag coming down and getting creamed at the 32-yard line was the Ram with the same number. Nathan Reyes out of West Mesquite.
I thought Branch was going to try to go for the fake there, but Josh
I did too,
Morris,
and he jumped over that guy pressuring him, the Ram on.
That was Josh
special team.
Morris. I
It
thought he was going to
Morris,
try to block it or come up with the tackle. Of course, the flag there, Price getting absolutely crushed before the ball even got to him.
Remind me if when I'm sitting now, if I get up quick to push the chair back. We don't have the chairs on wheels. Like in 50 years in radio, I'm pretty much at a chair on wheels. We have them over at Crowley Multi-Purpose ISD.
We are a spoiled group, Jimmy.
Yeah, we are.
A very spoiled group. So I guess this is their way of knocking us down a peg. Eh? Keeping us humble.
Ain't that the truth? So the Rams in possession now, their own 48 with a big 63-0 lead. Gordon, I should say, to Hadnot. Boy, I just like the way he runs, just like a little gnat. I guess
Check
that's
that Jimmy New back in. That's Nick David West on that.
Oh, it is?
Run.
Okay. Nick David West is in there. You say I'm struggling with these bad lights here and this light on inside. So any help can give it to the old blind guy. Gordon completes a pass to the near side, and running for his life is Price. Jason Price, we were talking about him being a receiver. He grabs one here and gets a first down to the 37-yard line.
One thing I like about Price, very versatile.
Yeah.
You know, that's a kick return guy, but that elusiveness also very valuable for this receiving core as well. Of course, we know T.J. Curtis, Ronnie Schneider, A.J. Bob and company. But to have someone like Jason Price you can throw in almost any formation and get yardage, it's a valuable asset to have for this Texas Wesleyan offense.
Fake and a handoff left side. A little quick pass to Nick David West. The Seven Lakes High School senior takes it in for the touchdown of 32 yards. So in the fourth quarter here with 10:24 remaining on it, Nick David West runs it in after the catch. Make it 69. It's safe to say that Diego Chavarria will make it 70. Back it comes, down it goes, on the way, and it's good. So the Rams hit the 70 mark with 10:24 left here in the fourth. Let's grab a break. More exciting Rams football coming up on the Antler Sports Network after this timeout. Darkness setting in here at Panther Stadium in Crowley. I'm Jimmy Christopher the Saint, Jared Jones the Moose on Antler Sports Network. Man, it's been all Rams, 70-0. They led 49-0 at the half. Scored a couple TDs there later in the third. Now almost 5 minutes into period number 4. Chavarria with the big leg. Scheibe grabs it. That doesn't go into the end zone. And he gets just annihilated at the 16-yard line. Just coming out of nowhere was a blur of blue and gold. Colby Dunn, Crowley High School linebacker. Of course, he's got to put on a show for the hometown fans, the redshirt freshman. he just like missiled them. Whew.
Great job by Sheeby there to hang on to the football. Got tattooed and still stood upright and hung on to the ball.
That was a hammering. So, poor field position. They haven't really had good field position all day, have the Buffaloes. Back at their own 12-yard line. Correct that, it's 16-yard line. 1st and 10, and then a little swing pass out to the left, and a nice run up the far sideline, and stepping out at the far side at the 33-yard line.
Looks like that was number 22, Curtis Long.
Yeah, it was.
The defensive back coming in at receiver, making a big play for ABC, moving the sticks.
So, I'm not going to say that's a first. They didn't have many first downs in that first half. They had 12, so they moved the ball, especially early, and they got a lot of first downs on penalties as well. So 1st and 10 from the 32, little swing pass to Witherspoon. He tried to fend off the tackle, but can't.
Those went another gain of 1 there.
Yeah.
Great job by Reyes there, Nathan Reyes, that is for Wesleyan, another name that we are hearing a lot of now in the later part of the contest.
Yeah, it's all pretty much, I don't see any starters out there. I'll try to survey as many numbers as I can see, which is hard to do when they're standing sideways. Case Ferguson, a linebacker out of Boyd High School, redshirt freshman, is in there. Bell retreats, throws, and incomplete, juggling it for about 4 or 5 yards, and then losing the handle on it.
Might have heard some ram hooves coming down the field there. Wasn't able to fully corral it and get any yardage out of it. Now 3rd and long again for ABC. On a drive, Jimmy, that started with plenty of promise.
Joshua Hampton was the ball carrier that did the juggling. Poole split to the near side, along with Jeremiah Rice. One receiver to the far. Back to the left, and a fumble, a bad snap comes back, can't hang on. Bell falls on it at the 19-yard line, so it's going to be 4th, and they have to get out to the 42, so 4th and 23 situation for the ABC Buffaloes on the way to losing their 4th. Rams on the way to winning their 5th.
Roll continuing for Wesleyan. Back-to-back wins. 3 back-to-back-to-back wins. Almost back-to-back for Wesleyan of the 70-plus variety. Of course, last time they were on the Antler Sports Network, it was the 80-0 victory against North American down the road at Crowley ISD Multipurpose Stadium as we hit the 8-10 mark.
And Branch with his umpteenth punt of the afternoon, evening, takes a nice bounce and then a roll, bounced in Buffalo territory, ends up at the 43 of the Rams. So the Rams putting it in play from that point as we tick down to 7:55. I want to get my workout today. I didn't do my morning stretches today. I have to get up and look at the clock every time because I can't see the clock from here. Sightlines, not what you prefer. We should start thinking about our players of the game.
On the offensive side of the ball, maybe Carson Rogers. I mean, that would be the pretty simple choice.
Yeah.
On defense, we definitely have a lot more options.
Right. I'm penciling in Rogers. There's a high snap to Gordon. Hands to Hadnot. He gets spun around as a 360 plus another 180. So what, a 540, and finally goes down, losing 5 yards. Somebody lost their helmet for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, it was Nick David West on the run, and now Hadnot checking back in. A helmet popped up for ABC. Looks like that helmet was from number 55. Dennis Lavinge, but seems to be all right. Checking out for a play. Might check back in immediately after.
That's what it is. I'm not used to Nick David West wearing 5 because he used to be in the 30s.
Correct. Used to be number 34, if I remember.
Yep. Right, and then that's AMJ this year. So handoff to Hadnot. Hadnot breaks a tackle, gets into the clear at the 50, 45, 40, 35. Still on his feet, does a nosedive to the 30-yard line. Picks up a 30-yard run So there's my man, Mr. Had Not.
They call him Ziggy for a reason,
Yeah,
Jimmy.
they do.
Kid is about as hard to bring down as a greased pig with 7 minutes and counting. Big time run there, breaking multiple tackles, weaseling his way through the ABC defense.
Jackson Mitchell, 6'3", 235 from Mansfield, Timberview. Freshman tight end comes into the fray. Dennis Garrison, one of the wideouts. He'll go split to the far side. Rams are the 1st and 10 from the 31 of Buffaloes. Another high snap. This one to Nick David West. Gets a couple yards off the right side.
I believe they're going to give him maybe one. Yeah, that's all they'll give him. I think it's 2nd and 9.
So NDW, Nick David West comes out. Dennis Garrison will be split to the left side, along with Samaj Trahan and another receiver. Handoff up the middle, gain of about 4 to the right hash.
Goes
AMJ. And he gets stopped.
Cycling through these receivers like a washing machine.
They are, changing them like socks. Tell Rick Mizell on the stop. Out comes AMJ.
It's Hadnot back out there again.
Yeah, it is. Stack of receivers to the near left side. A pair, one to the far side. Tight end left. Cade Gordon's pass is tipped by a charging Buffalo. On the play, it was Travis Luster, 6', 235-pound sophomore defensive end. Got a big mid up and swatted it away.
Offense staying on the field. It's 4th and 6. I would have loved to see the field goal unit here. Let your kicker go out there and try to boot this thing.
Oh, yeah. Chavarria definitely has the leg.
Looks like they are going to get out the field goal unit now.
So Diego doesn't kick too many.
Or it's just a punting unit? Are they going to try to pin this thing? Yeah, it's 4th and 6. Ball's on the 27.
Wow.
And the punting unit is on the field for Wesleyan. No field goal here.
That would only been about a 44-yarder.
Definitely doable.
Thought maybe they might. It's a little coffin corner attempt. And it'll bounce, and it's down, and it works inside the 5-yard line on the kick by Tyler Strumillo. We haven't seen him today.
I guess that's one way to do it.
Yeah.
I guess.
Forgot what he looked like. We haven't seen him very much at all this year in the 2 previous games.
Wow. First time you punt the football in very awkward circumstance. You pretty much make ABC drive the entire length of the field.
Yeah, they're going to have to go 96 on this one. Zaire Livingston, a linebacker out of San Antonio. Davenport is in there. Low snap. Handoff. Do they get a safety? Running back. I think he got out to probably going to forward progress him to like the 1 foot line.
So that's going to be a loss of 4, maybe 4.5, I guess you could call it.
Yep.
I don't know, Jimmy. That's a quote Tony Romo. I don't know, Jim, but I think that might be a safety. Maybe
yeah,
so.
it looked like it was, but they forward progressed him to the. It's like a football and a half length. That was Witherspoon on the carry.
Maybe the length of a buffalo horn. How about that?
Okay, I'll take that.
Or a ram hoof.
Nearing 4. Nearing 4.5. A ram tail, which are short. Halfway in his end zone, Bell throws it out to somebody who doesn't have a uniform on. It was intended on the near side to Jeremiah Rice. So it's 3rd and 13. 4:18 with the clock stoppage. Rams off next week. It's the first game of a bye-intercepted homestand. Next game will be on the 19th. As Bell running around, runs almost out of the end zone. Now the back part of the end zone and wishes he had it, just went down and taken a safety there. He just gets annihilated at the 3-yard line and coming off and jumping high and body slamming is the aforementioned Zaire Livingston, the linebacker from SA Davenport, a freshman. What a hit. We've seen some hits today.
Just absolutely speared Bell. Looks like it was assisted by an ABC Buffaloes, Brendan Ward, who pushed him forward and allowed the Wesleyan defender to cram Bell inside of the 5. There is a penalty flag, though.
Yep. 4:06 left.
Holding call against Arkansas Baptist. Of course, they will decline it. Of course, Texas Wesleyan will decline it.
Right.
Now 4th down and about 10 to go.
Yeah. They progressed him at the 4. So the Rams special teams unit, boy, and they're still, Livingston is still body jumping. You know, it looks like he's on a trampoline. It's followed by Evan Head.
I mean, can you much blame him? We get a second look here. Just an absolute monster hit.
Price back at his 36. Branch with his heels on the end line of the end zone. Gets it away. Price comes up. Oh, there's a flag on that one. There should be. Yeah, there comes a flag on the far side. The back judge didn't throw a flag. The side judge on the other side. That's going to be interference on the receiver.
Great job by Price to look down while still tracking the ball to see the rushing Buffalo special teams defender about to try to knock his helmet off.
And he did. The helmet didn't come off, but boy, he got big-time collisioned, big-time colliding. Whew.
Of course, that illegal touching called against ABC will make this 1st down for Wesleyan a tad bit easier, as if they need any more extra yardage.
They're going to put it at the 15. I'll call it the 16. Okay, Cade Gordon back out there. Relief role. He's the backup quarterback with Cole Francis sideline. So 1st and 10 for the Rams with 3:14. Clock on the move. Fake to Hadnot, little swing pass to Price, nice spin, and he gets flung down hard at the 9-yard line. That Branch again. Those Buffaloes have been hitting hard too. That was a ragdoll throwdown. He just slammed him, WWE style.
Price putting him in the spin cycle there after that catch. Hope he's at the dryer to extra dry after that one.
2nd and 3. Price comes to correct that. It's not Price. It's Trahan to the left side. And probably procedure, false start. Whistles blowing. Is there a timeout called? No, it's offside against the visitors from Little Rock.
So that'll give Wesleyan a fresh set of downs inside the 5.
Mm-hmm. With 2:32 remaining.
Yep, it's going to be 1st and goal from around the 5, almost the 5.5-yard line.
Cade Gordon hands it to Hadnot. Hadnot does the jitterbug in for a score from 5 yards out with 2:19 to play here in period number 4. So Hadnot joins the fun with a 5-yard scamper.
However, there's a penalty flag down around the line of scrimmage. I hate to do it to you, Jimmy.
Well, I couldn't see it if it was. I mean, there could have been a sheet out there, yellow, and I couldn't see it.
Looks like the Eric Smith face mask penalty called against ABC. Of course, they'll decline it.
And the touchdown stands. So 2:16 left. So Chavaria on. James, we don't need you to tell us that. Thought it was a face mask or was it a hold?
It was a face mask penalty called against.
Chavaria boots it, and it's good. So 77-0. Rams up. 2:16 left here in the fourth. Let's grab a break. We'll be back. More Rams. Soon to be 5-0 football after this on the Antler Sports Network.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
Jimmy the Saint bringing you back with Jared Jones here from Crowley. Rams scored, guess what, Jared? Another touchdown. Another extra point, 77-0. Season high was the last game we did, 80-0 over NAU. Max Luna gets a leg into it. It's going to go through the end zone.
Through the uprights, it almost looked like. I think, at least from this angle, if so, give them an extra 3.
I know, they can kick a field goal from that distance.
That's one thing
and
I
have a
would
count.
love. We've talked about this before. If they boot it, if a kicker is good enough to hit a kick from the 40, not any extra yards due to a previous penalty or yards taken away. If it's a traditional kickoff from the 40-yard line and it goes through the uprights, give them 2 points.
That'd be a 70-yard field goal.
Yeah, maybe not 3 points, but give them 2. Give them something.
Right. I mean, if you block a field goal or a place kick and return it, it's just a 2-point score. So why not give them 2 or 3 if they kick it from 70 yards?
See, they need to put us on the rulemaking committee for the NFL and NAIA.
They should. We'll have to get in touch with them so we're on that next time. So the Rams smother Witherspoon. Caleb Molina, he was in when it was still light out. Kid out of Wayland Baptist.
Have a stoppage of play at a minute 55. Timeout is called. Don't know by who. Still not 100% sure.
Want to grab one?
Yeah, why not? Let's take a break.
Let's grab one. The 77-0 Rams with 2 minutes left. It was the 2-minute timeout. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
We'll be back on the Antler Sports Network after this.
It's Chance Ducote, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car's 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence to buy with us.
Two-minute timeout over. Rams up 77-0. They've been up the whole game. Bell, then the whole game quarterback for the Buffaloes, throws complete at the 35-yard line, then wrestled down at the 37-yard line. Nice catch, but it was well covered. Simeon Rice on the Graham.
However, Jimmy, it is a first down. Move the chains. ABC, once again, showing some offensive promise.
I call Simeon Rice, or Jeremiah Rice, Simeon. Remember him, the old defender?
A bit of a throwback there, huh? What a random trivia for you. With a minute and a half left to go in the fourth.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Far sideline pass caught. Gain of maybe a couple. Yeah, maybe one.
Yeah, I think they're going to give him just one on that one.
Taylor Poole.
Stop is made by the Rams, Jaden Jones. Game 2 on the play brings up 2nd down and 8.
At least we have one. As Bell drops, 2nd down and 8. It's picked off. Half dozen pickoff for the Rams. This one by Case Ferguson. Case Ferguson goes to the 18-yard line. He's tumbled down by one of the offensive linemen for the Buffaloes. A touchdown-saving tackle made. Wow. Otherwise, Case Ferguson would have lumbered in, going for DeAndre Collins, the offensive lineman who drops him.
William Madrio was the touchdown-saving tackler for ABC. Otherwise, we would have seen us. Would it be a first or a second pick six? I'm not 100% sure. We've seen so many touchdowns, lost count.
Exactly.
Either way, it's 1st and 10 for Wesleyan, knocking on the door of the red zone again. 43 seconds left.
11 touchdowns.
Could we see maybe one more? We saw Hurt Cole Francis say they want 80.
Yep, they got 77, and there goes Nick David West plowing with the helmet coming off. His head's not in it as he gets a 6-yard gain to the 19.
So the clock will stop temporarily, but it will begin to run again as there was a run.
So, Rams threatening again. How many times have we said that today? I want $50 for every time that was mentioned.
Well, fair to say, me and you both will be retired multiple times over.
And especially throw in the last game that we did. Because remember, they went to OPSU and won their 49-21 after they beat NAU here on the 15th, 80-0. And then bye last week. Now it's 77. Don't look at me. He's... Two seconds. With the clock operator under duress. They keep looking at us. Maybe they're looking to the side, but it looks like they're directly looking at us. They're calling for, the Rams are for 22 seconds. It's down to 15 now. Cade Jordan hands off to the left and getting smothered at the 32-yard line after a big loss was Hadnot.
That's going to be last play.
Yeah, he couldn't get away that time from Travis Luster. So that will do her. The Rams score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 touchdowns with those extra points. 77 the total. They come away with a 77-0 victory. They're 5-0. ABC drops to 0-4. Postgame show coming up here. We're going to get caught up with Coach Brad Sherrod. We'll have some stats for you. It's all next. Rams football on the Antler Sports Network continues after this.
It's Chance Ducote, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence to buy with us.
Find your support system. At Texas Wesleyan, you'll get the one-on-one attention you need to succeed. Texas Wesleyan, small classes, big scholarships. Now that's smaller, smarter.
Back at Crowley Panther Stadium, the Saint, Jimmy Christopher, the Moose, Jared Jones. We are Antler Sports Network. Brad Sherrod has his group of victorious Rams who have now scored our last 2 home games 157 friggin' points.
Wow. I'm sure Brian Watermaker and company will love to score that many points at home in basketball.
You know how many shutouts the basketball team will get this year. 77-0. That was sandwiched the 80-0 against NAU, our last home game, which was down at Crowley Multipurpose ISD Stadium, was sandwiched in between the OPSU Rams win 49-21. 77-0 today. It was basically what we were talking to Cole Francis about. We were saying maybe 70. I thought at least 60. He was saying, well, they're going to try to score 80. They scored 77.
Well, Cole Francis, I'm again disappointed in you. I took it back and I took it back again, but no longer. But I guess we'll let it slide. Him and the Rams had a fantastic day.
They did indeed. Quick look at some stats.
Why not?
Carson Rogers, our player of the game, 15 out of 19, 309 yards, 4 touchdown passes. Those were all in the first half. Cade Gordon came in 2 out of 5 for 23 yards. Rogers ran once, negative yards, but Zykeelan Hadnot had 16 yards, 11 for AMJ, 50 for Ernie Caesar, which is just a little bit below his average of 87.5. He averaged 6.25 on those 8 carries. Did score 3 touchdowns. Now has 5 rushing touchdowns. He caught a touchdown pass as well. So he has 14 coming in. He has 16 of the Rams touchdowns. They had 46 coming in, and they got 11 today. So Rogers, another big game for Flash, although the yardage didn't really show it with the 50 yards and 8 carries. Curtis, 2 for 60. Schneider, 2 for 16. 5 for 105 for A.J. Bob. And those 2 touchdowns. Ernie Caesar caught 3 and 1 for a touchdown. He had 46 yards receiving. So Carson Rogers, our player of the game, but we could say a player of the game, A.J. Bob, with those 5 grabs for 105 yards and 2 TDs.
That's just a testament to how dominant and fantastic this Wesleyan offense was tonight. Pretty much didn't miss a single step in all facets, on offense, on defense, on special teams. So honestly, if you had a dartboard with every player on the roster on it that got in today and threw it and said it was player of the game, it'd be pretty hard for me to disagree with you there. I don't know about you.
Absolutely. Yeah, and we were trying to get as many of those players identified that came in. Start coming in early in the third quarter there in the second half. So hats off to Coach Sherrod and Coach Houston for getting guys in that normally don't play and giving a blow to the starters as well. And our defensive player of the game, John Rector. I'm going to go with John Rector. The man to my right, Jared Jones, agreed with me. He ended with 5 total tackles. Number of other Rams with 5 as well. Jay Reed, he's spectacular. Jay Reed, Billy Sanford also at 5, but 2.5 sacks for Rector, 3.5 TFLs, so that's 6 total tackles for total yards loss, and a number of picks. I mean, you can pick how many? 2 for Javari Sanders, a pick for Jaden Jones, Dalen Rogers, 1 for Nolian, and 1 for Case Ferguson. So,
didn't you get 1 too, Jimmy?
Yeah, I think, and you were down there blocking for me after the grab.
I was too busy getting penalized, getting a flag thrown in the parking lot. So I don't know.
So 6 picks, but we give it to John Rector, a great defensive effort with another shutout. Let's grab a break. We'll be back. We'll catch up with Coach Brad Sherrod here in a shake.
Or at least hope to.
Yeah, we hope to. Back in a minute or so. Rams football on the Antler Sports Network continues after this.
It's Chance Cody, and I'm the pre-owned sales manager at Moritz Chevrolet. The Moritz Promise is a lifetime warranty on the engine and transmission that's given to you at no cost. It's good for the lifetime as long as you own the vehicle. As long as the car is 10 years old or newer and has under 100,000 miles when you buy it, it's going to come with that. It's going to cover everything, all your lubricated parts that's part of your engine or your transmission. Come see us today at Moritz Chevrolet, home of the Moritz Promise. Not only is it going to give you a lifetime warranty, it's going to give you peace of mind and confidence to buy with us.
Welcome back to Crowley Panther Stadium. Jimmy the St. Christopher, Jared the Moose Jones, Brad the Rams 5-0 Coach Sherrod. And Coach, boy, wow is what I say a lot. Boy is what I say a lot. I was saying wow a lot tonight as you roll out 77-0 win. Just a couple weeks ago, last home game, it was an 80-0 victory. So we're talking about shutouts, earlier in 1st and 10s, but how cool is it to score that many points for the second time this year and to shut somebody out?
Well, I'm just very happy on how the guys went out there and executed at a high level. And we talked about that all week of making sure that we play our game, play up to our standards, and execute at a high level. And they did that tonight. And I'm really, really proud of the way they approached this game, approached practice. And it's easy to get, pumped, eat the cheese and start believing all the press clippings, but they stayed humble and focused on the things that we need to do to be successful.
We had co-offensive players of the game. Quarterback Carson Rogers had a spectacular night. He was 15 out of 19, 309 yards, 4 TDs, no picks. And A.J. Bob, electric man himself, 5 catches, 105 for an average of 21, along with 30 and 2 TDs. So, boy, how do you get a rush? How do you talked about Carson Rogers being another coach on the field, and each week, I ask you about him in the First and 10 show. You say he has more confidence, and how big of a rush do you get watching him getting better every week?
Well, it's just exciting to see him just continue to grow, and it's more important that he's bringing other guys along with him. And that's what I'm happy about, that he's growing every week, making great decisions with the football. He took some hits tonight that I wasn't happy with, but the offensive line is doing a great job of protecting them and running the football for us. So I'm just real happy to see how well he's just continued to keep growing in what we're doing and being a leader.
And hats off to you too, Coach, for the victory too as well. But you and Coach Houston on defense started putting a lot of guys. We try to call their numbers as much as possible because they don't get a chance to play too much. But that's got to be good for their future to get guys like that into games like this so they can get some reps, right?
Yeah, you remember I told you last week or 2 weeks ago, it's all about trying to develop some depth, and that's what we're really trying to do. Just trying to continue to develop guys and some game experience, and I think that's going to benefit us as the season goes on, especially going into the off season. So I know that's a while off, but I want to make sure that our guys have the experience, a game experience, as the season goes. So hopefully when we get to our goal of at the end of the year, we have a lot of seasoned guys that know how to play the game.
And another shutout, so the tip of the Saints halo to Coach Houston, another shutout. But, hey, how about 6 picks, 2 of those by Dalen Rogers, but he had almost seemingly the whole secondary, the whole back 7 almost had a pick. But that's got to make you feel good, all those picks, and another shutout.
Yeah, it's good to see those guys doing the things that we work on. I mean, I always talk about what we practice. I want to see it on the game field, and it's showing up. So we need to continue to get turnovers. That's what we talk about. That just helps our offense, which helps the team. So it's our job to stop the run and keep them scoring, but it's also our job to get turnovers, and our guys are doing that, and we're going to keep preaching that.
And we talked about this in the 1st and 10 this past week. Just 2 weeks ago, you had a bye, a game tonight, now another bye. So we can do basically the same thing you did the last bye, maybe take a few days in the weekend for yourself and for the team and get the same amount of practices in?
Yeah, well, tomorrow we'll lift weights and meet and watch the film, but no practice, and then we won't practice until Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday morning. So we'll keep somewhat of the same schedule, but more of a development week. Work on us fundamental-wise, the things that we need to get cleaned up, but then try to get some young kids in some scrimmaging and trying to see if we can find some more guys that can eventually help us down the line.
How much time have you put in preparing for Nelson, which will be the next game down at Crowley Multi-Purpose ISD Stadium on the 19th? How much time have you? Well, when do you start putting in, the game plan?
Well, we'll start that. I'm sure coaches will start that tonight. I encourage them to go home and spend some time with the family and get a break. But I'm sure they'll start looking at a little bit of tonight. But definitely tomorrow will be all over it tomorrow and the beginning of the week. So it's a good week that they have off, but we'll study those guys a lot. And they've I think they improved. I think I like their defense is athletic, and they're offensively, they're doing a great job on offense as well.
Hey, Coach, go celebrate. Hey, I saw on X the last celebration with you even too, Coach Sherrod, in there doing some crazy dances with the players and the rest of the coaches. So do you see that happening now tonight? Yeah, I saw you do a little.
That wasn't me.
I saw you do a little jitterbug though.
Oh no, you got me mixed up with another coach.
Okay, do you see any of that coming tonight now, or are you going to keep it cool?
No, not tonight. Not tonight. I'm gonna take some downtime and spend some time with my family. They're here for this weekend, and be back at work tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good. And have a good bye and have a good celebration tonight, Coach. And we'll talk to you. We'll see you next week on the 14th for our 1st and 10 taping prior to the Nelson game. Congrats, Coach. We'll talk to you.
All right, great. Take care.
You too. Adios. There he goes, Brad Sherrod, winning coach. Rams go 7. I had to get that in about because I saw the X thing. It was great, and he was doing a little shaking as he went by. But another coach, I don't know if it was I think it was Coach Houston, was really getting into it and grooving. The players were jumping around, celebrating, doing the 80-0 shutout dance.
So if you remember Ashali Cannon against NAU and that short interview we had with him, talked about how funny Coach Sherrod is. So. It's hard to not believe that.
Right. And how good of a coach he is, too, off to a 5-0 start for the first time. Second shutout in 3 weeks. You want to wrap her up? Let's wrap her up. Jimmy the St. Christopher for Jared Jones, James McBride, Ricky Dotson, Coach Sherrod and his staff. Rams 5-0. They wipe out the Arkansas Baptist Buffaloes 77-0. Bye next week. We'll see you on the 19th. With the broadcast on Antler Sports Network against Nelson. Adios, amigos. Have a great rest of the weekend.